Hello, Governor. Hello, chat. How we doing, chat? Evening, Notoria. We're getting started. We're almost ready. Figured I'd turn it on, give you guys time to get in before we did the recap. You know, do that thing that I do. Type up that 14 months in a row. Voodoo running from my magic.
Effectively, you guys knocking those two barbarians out. And
Yes.
Oh yeah,
which
yeah,
you
I
were a
remember.
very large part of. Whispers refers to Tally and her somewhat successful attempts to use whatever spell she was using. Sending. Nuclear Tally refers to her nuking those wolves in one turn.
Oh, okay. I didn't remember. I wasn't putting that together.
This is the end of season 1 of Heroes.
Yeah. The Silver Order is about Argynvost Holtz. Looking for the wedding dress is looking for the wedding dress. Do you know the Coffin Man is about Gideon continuing to look for the coffin guy?
For murder purposes.
The Gemerald is about the gem that you guys found at Yester Hill, and Angry Arena's magical axe refers to the fact that she was super pissed at you guys for leaving her locked up in town, and you guys gave her Treebane.
Which
Oh my
Scurf
God,
is
I
like,
did.
you can't keep that, and it's like, are you gonna tell her that? So
Well, I'm not a tree, so feel pretty okay about it.
So now you're maybe half undead commoner. Actually, she's a noblewoman warrior, has a magical axe. I'm sure that'll be fine.
yeah.
But she's good.
Yeah, she's good. You guys didn't. That was
Isn't
the one
there
thing
the
about
leadership
the axe is that
skill in 5E we should be getting?
there is not.
Oh.
But yeah, the Treebane also has basically a non-good creature can't wield it without taking damage, and you guys took her out and had her swing at a tree with it, and she's sliced right through the bloody thing, and she's.
Oh yeah, that was Gideon's pocket spell of detect evil.
Mhm.
Back in a sec.
Yeah, well, we'll see how much I let you guys get away with that one.
Just need an axe in a tree.
Some sort of
yeah.
like Abraham Lincoln thing going on here.
She completely swung right through it. Though.
Washington?
Was it Washington the cherry tree?
Yeah.
You're right.
He
also had wooden teeth, right?
Something like that.
No.
I guess the axe would work on those too, but
yes, it very much would. Very much would. Quite so. So yeah, other than Skirt being AFK, that is where you guys left off, was effectively with the Arena and her axe stuff, and you guys trying to pick a direction from here.
Yeah, we had a short conversation about where our next goal was. I believe South was bandied around by a particular short party member.
Yes, it was.
Does anybody else have any other?
Did everybody remember to do their downtime shopping?
I had already done mine to get studded leather.
I have not done any shopping.
We were just reminding the party that we had downtime shopping.
If you wanted it, optional. I mean, you have an invitation from Strahd.
It's true.
Guys are not using for whatever reason.
Thank you for supporting the dream.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah, I know. Strange.
I think
Yeah.
we should go check that mountain to those up. Oh, good idea, whoever that was. That was. Look at that. Somebody's backing me up.
I think you you pawned your backup to the
Oh,
guy
we
to train
don't
as a
have an
bard.
invitation from Strahd anymore. Skirp burned it up.
What did
And
I
we
burn
weren't-
up? Oh
you
yeah,
burned
that's
up
right.
the invitation from Strahd because you don't like it being written.
Yeah.
And we weren't certain that we would still get the whole invitation protections. If-
If
I
you think
guess
that piece of paper
what
was
remains to be
protecting
seen.
you,
That remains to be seen.
Got another thing coming.
now
Quite so.
you want to see what'll protect you? Lightsaber.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Just swinging that around in town.
So with those things said and done, what are you guys thinking is going to be your direction?
All right. I vehemently, argue in favor of heading south. However, if we went to talk to Strahd, I would only be like really opposed to it.
On a scale of really opposed to super fucking really opposed, how do you feel?
Pretty opposed.
Okay, that makes sense.
But, in the sense that I'm a paladin and it's the most literal incarnation of evil that's ever existed.
I'm not president of this fan club either.
Yeah.
You guys haven't even really met him. Give the guy a chance.
He is the only one for sure that can get us off or get us home.
Can he?
Maybe he's your friend. I don't know.
I mean, everybody
We don't know.
in this
We
entire
don't know
place
anything
we've
for sure.
ever met has said the only one that has the power to let us go home is Strahd. So I'm more confident that the entire civilization of this horrible place feels that Strahd is the only one that can get us home.
Have you met a vampire before?
His
Probably.
previous incarnation met 6.
Too mean.
Wow.
Probably,
That's
but
too
I mean,
smooth. I'm a fan of checking out stuff. The place that's south that Skirt wants to go to. Sorry.
How very precise of you.
Words are not working for me right now.
That's how I felt all day today at work. So
Yeah, me too,
that'd be
actually.
that'd be an interesting day. Evening. See, already.
Well, I guess the two of you could arm wrestle over what we do. If one feels strongly about seeing Strahd and the other feels strongly about going south.
I'm okay with that. Opposed strength checks.
Wait, who's arm wrestling who?
Floki and Skirp.
Ooh, this will be interesting.
I don't know if Floki
Hey,
or Skirp.
you guys are
agrees
at a
with this.
bar. You've got a crowd, people throwing money.
Hang on.
I do love the new
Do it.
new heads-up display thing. Zeb is awesome.
Oh, I haven't checked it out.
Take a look at his stream.
Which one of these things is the one I want?
Decent. One of these things, not like the other.
Well, while they talk about that between them, Pat,
Cool.
Sure.
Gideon is going to just the bartender's pretty friendly with us. Ask him if he could keep an ear out. If he hears anything about this coffin maker guy, totally low key. No big deal. Just let me know. Let me know if you find out where he's staying.
And he's just kind of he leans in because you're talking. You mean Devort, the coffin maker?
I think that was his name. Yeah.
Henrik von der Voort. Just the Dutchest name I've ever heard in my life. And I'm married to a Dutch woman, so.
Yeah,
see.
yeah. I'd love to. There was some misunderstanding with his house, and I'd just love to check in if you can find out where he is.
He's just like, okay, yeah.
Maybe
I'll
next time
keep
we
my eyes
swing
open for him.
through.
Says he hasn't been around much since the since the fire at his place. But yeah, I'll let you know.
I'm not opposed to checking out any said mountain. I just don't want to dismiss meeting with Strahd entirely, which seems to be the route we're going.
Oh no, we'll
Every
meet
time it
with
comes
them.
up.
We're just gonna have a lightsaber and the order of the undead skeletons with us.
It'll be under very specific
Okay,
circumstances.
I don't want
That's
to
right.
dismiss
That's
this
right.
friendly meeting, cordial parlay.
I would love to understand what party you think might be friendly.
Out of character. Out of character, I'm actually really in favor of taking Strahd up on his offer, but like
In character, you can't freely admit to that.
yeah, basically.
Which is fair.
Like I'm fully chihuahuaing at this guy, like just
So
man, like
I'm happy
my-
to play the game of sport to see which direction we go first, but I just don't want meeting with him under protection and having safe communications off the table.
all right. I respect. Let's make an arrangement. We'll decide with a fair game of sport. A test of strength. No
With
interference.
Interference, magical or
divine
otherwise.
or arcane.
Okay.
And we will commit to having the alternative plan happen immediately after completing the winning plan.
I'm good with
I
that.
feel like we made this deal with Skirp in the past. Like, yeah, we'll just stop doing this.
He's altered the deal.
Somehow this has changed, but in whose favor?
What's the chances that I can roll finesse for the brute strength?
He wants to roll dex instead of strength.
In an
No.
arm wrestling?
No, this
Exactly.
is straight strength.
I know.
And at this point, bartender comes over and he's gonna help mediate the match, and he gets his wife over, who also helps out around the bar, and she starts riling up the crowd and going around taking bets. And on the side, she comes to Gideon and just be like, "You guys are gonna get a cut of this action, so help me get the crowd riled up."
Oh God, I am no good at anything social. So let's do this. All right. So Gideon's gonna like start a little betting action with like 5 gold on the goblin. See if anybody like.
And I will, if you
Guys,
wanna, yeah, that'll work.
Do people know he's a goblin?
Skirp goes and flexes, and all of a sudden there's a lot of people just like going back, whispering to each other, and like running over to the bar mistress and handing her a bunch of coin. One of them comes over and slaps Skirp on the shoulder, like, yeah. Everybody's getting really worked up, like, okay, let's do this thing. And he gets you guys there and puts your guys' hands together and says, "All right, ready, go!" And then you both roll your dice.
Oh. Well, are we just doing untrained strength?
Unskilled strength.
Yeah. Unskilled
Hang
strength.
on. Yep. Oh my God.
Well, that happened.
We both slipped a little.
Two pathetic attempts.
Okay. You guys, there's this tug of war in the middle for a while, and for a solid minute, nothing happens, and then Skirp kind of sneezes a little, and Floki goes, bam, table down. There's a bunch of cheering, and on the Skirp side of the table, there's some glares, and then quite a bit of gold actually changes hands.
Oh my God. I've never been so disappointed in myself.
Oh God. If we're going to see Strahd, who has to tell Irina that she can't come with us?
1, 2, 3, not it.
Not
I
it.
think Floki's gonna have to tell her.
That's
I'll arm wrestle you for that one, Pally.
No, I think you heard it. You've already won.
I'm just like I would do it, but somebody's gonna have to explain to me why she can't go.
Well, we told her we'd take her to see our friend in the tower. But I think we're heading the opposite direction.
Yes, it is very much the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Very much indeed.
Okay, that
Interesting.
makes sense.
Got it in one.
Where is she now?
She is in the bar, just kind of sitting in a corner watching you guys go about this business.
Well, then she knows we're not going, and then she knows she can't come, right?
She didn't really catch what the argument was about. Just that you guys were for some reason arm wrestling. She's like, men want to do whatever they want.
Man.
Gotcha.
Gideon looks like he's stealing himself for something, and then goes and gets another drink.
Building up that liquid courage. I don't know why everybody's so afraid of her. It's not like you guys gave her a magic axe or anything.
Whose idea was that again? Oh wait.
So, yeah, I guess I have to go tell Irene. Is what you're saying, right?
Yes.
I am going to, since I know I've been around Gideon for more than, a few minutes, I can mimic his voice pattern. And,
oh no.
I'm going to dismiss myself from the room and cast Disguise Self on myself to look like Gideon and go have this conversation.
Oh my god.
Okay. Is there any role involved, or you just do it?
It's Disguise Self, and then no, as just part of the thief, it reads... I gotta Google it.
Still, come on.
Floki, how tall are you?
Disguise Self will cover that.
Only like
No. Only a foot shorter or taller.
I'm sure I'm within that. Let me look. It's on my best
it's
the information.
I just want a little short to be a stormtrooper moment. That's really all I want.
I'm not wearing my lifts.
Is there not a spot on the character sheet for height?
I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, there is.
There is, but it's.
I think Gideon was 5'11", so unless you're like over 7 feet or under 5 feet.
Master of Intrigue. When you choose a sector, additionally, you can unerringly mimic the speech patterns and accent of a creature that you hear speak for at least 1 minute, enabling you to pass yourself off as a native speaker of the particular land for violation of the language. So I'm just going to try to mimic his speech patterns the best that I can.
You guys basically live together at this point because you're adventuring party.
So I am then going to head over to her as the disguise and tell her that the party has decided to go have a important meeting, theoretically, before heading to the tower. So we will have to have said meeting and come back and get you and take you to the tower.
She's like, but you said that we were going to the tower next, and now you're going where exactly?
You'd have to take that up with Skirp. He had an arm wrestling competition to figure that out.
Uh-huh. Skirp, you just get this feeling of somebody, like, eyes drilling into the back of your head from somewhere.
Somebody's walking on my grave.
That's
which one?
totally possible.
I go about my business.
Okay. She just kind of sighs and she's like, seriously, just don't leave me here much longer. And she hefts her axe up and walks out the door.
After she's left the door, I will drop the spell and go back to the party.
Okay.
Taken care of, Gideon.
One of these days.
that worked out.
So why can't we just drop her off on the tower first and then go?
I
Opposite
mean, you
directions.
could. It's the other direction, but
Yeah, but
Well,
there's no
well,
reason you can't.
how
It's already too late.
far is the trek to Strahd's from here?
Oh, it's a ways. It is. Here, I'll bring you guys over to the map now, since we're discussing maply things.
It's the map. It's the map.
So if you zoom all the way out,
Times it won't let me. There it is.
well, zoom out a ways. Anyways, you guys are at Valaki, which is N, and southeast of that is K. That is where Strahd is. That's his castle Ravenloft, and it's all its
Oh.
glory.
That's really close. Like, that's
That's
way closer than I thought it was going to be.
I was like, that's a crow flies, maybe.
Well, it's about the same distance as we traveled from Balaki to the winery.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
Hmm.
I'll give you that.
So, I don't know. I thought it was going to be a much further journey.
As
Well-
did I.
We walked an entire day to get here, and it is nighttime. Suppose we set out in the morning.
Agreed.
Yes.
That
I'm
seems
gonna.
wise.
I need to go find some sort of preacher, some sort of priest, or
An old
cleric,
priest.
You need a young priest and an old priest.
medium-aged priest.
What?
Whoa.
I'm kind of just thinking like, you're looking for a cleric. I'm just like, hello, I am a cleric.
You have found a
Medium
priest.
age.
She has been with you the entire time.
I need holy water buckets,
Bucket. Actually, you and me both.
garlic,
Buckets of holy water.
wooden stakes.
Steak.
I don't know where you're gonna find wooden cows.
Well, let's just head on down to our vampire slaying general store. I'm sure they got plenty of those.
You guys
in
do
the
actually
vampires
know
country.
a priest in town.
We
That's
do.
right.
In fact,
So.
I think we're gonna run back into arena if we go there.
The Church of Saint Andal, as it turns out. But yes, that's also terribly true. And by terribly, I mean wholly accurate. That is the most likely place that she went.
Damn.
So
Vampire
just-
weaknesses.
You know a few based on that. Specifically, let's see if they're in this compendium. Otherwise,
Wait,
I'll open them in well.
Pretty sure we sat and had a conversation with
You did, but
Octavio about this.
he's remembering to himself using his own religion.
Because after we lost a party member to vampires, I remember thinking we got to do research on vampires.
So, first of all, they can't enter residence without an invitation from one of the occupants.
Not helpful. We're gonna be in his residence.
They are harmed by running water and very much dislike crossing running water.
Okay.
A stake to the heart is a good way to deal with a vampire. They are hypersensitive to sunlight as well.
Cool. All right. We need steaks. What about the garlic and holy water?
I can create holy water.
Crucifixes?
With your religion check in these lands, there's not really much of a religion other than the Morning Lord, and even that kind of practice is a little bit waning. So the crucifix part probably won't have a lot of power. Garlic is an old wives' tale, based on your check.
What about that thing where you throw a bunch of rice on the ground and they have to pick it all up before they're allowed to chase you?
I think that's
think
like
that's-
Rumpelstiltskin or something.
I
Actually, I think that's like some sort of like Japanese ghost. I just can't remember which one.
think that's Rain Men.
Oh yeah, a cleric or a paladin may create holy water.
Yeah,
Oh.
I can
But-
make 4 holy water per day for 25 gold apiece.
Yeah, you
definitely-
need powdered silver.
25 gold? Damn.
Yep.
You guys can just, as we say, you can just spend the equivalent amount of money instead of needing the actual powdered silver because it's a pain in the butt.
Oh, I know. I know.
Where is... This is not the map I want. Or is it? Kind of is. Right. As for the holy water, yes, that was the question I needed to answer. Vampires are undead, and so you suspect that they do have some sort of weakness to holy water. What that is probably based on the how powerful of a vampire, but it will have some
Okay.
effect. Feel like I'm missing a Raven off the map. It's not super helpful. Anyway. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, they're just labeled poorly. All right. So you guys can make your preparations for the evening, go to sleep.
You guys
All
want
that
me
fun stuff.
to deduct 100 gold to make 4 holy waters?
Sounds good to me. Though I feel like it might be a little rude to like stock up on implements to kill someone before visiting them for dinner or social call or whatever this is. Oh
Hang
god,
on.
I hope it's not dinner.
All I know is that servants of this dude killed a friend of ours. So I'm not too keen on just
Yeah.
assuming the best from him. Also,
Negative
new
3.
trucker. I don't know how to change it.
What are you looking for there? Feelings about vampires? Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna assume that I've got the same restrictions on holy water creating. So
Yes, you likely do.
25 gold a pop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, whoever has access to the party loot, if they can modify it. I can't seem to edit it.
Oh, that's probably just me. I'll fix it.
Cool. Who wants holy water?
Yo,
Kurt, how much are you making?
I think we're capped out at 4 per day. Is that what you said?
It's first level spell slots.
Oh, first of all, thank you. Oh, in that case, they're a little more expensive for me.
Oh, really?
But we're at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pre-rest.
Yep. It's a
Uh,
ceremony.
I believe that I can make exactly 0.
Okay.
Thanks, Paladin.
Good job, Paladin.
All right.
Ladies and
so-
gentlemen, the most passable Paladin. He'll be here all night.
So the communal
Hell-
fund goes
oh,
down
wait,
by
no,
100
no.
gold.
Just kidding. What level are we? 5th?
Yes.
Wait, 6?
6th?
5, 4,
Why is
5.
everybody saying hi
5.
to Drew?
You're 5.
Confused. Whatever.
Druvian, he's in chat. Hi, Drew. Druvian.
Just everybody else is doing it, I figure. Why not?
Well, I was saying hi to him because I haven't seen him in like 2 years.
Oh.
Anyway.
All right. Well, in that case, I do have spells. Wow. It has
4
been a
holy
while.
ones. Okay.
That's right. I knew that. Okay. Yeah, I'm also on 4 holy waters.
All right, so you
I put it
guys.
in the, yeah, so 8 holy waters.
200 gold.
Yeah. So we're down to like 560.
All right.
about.
Well, you made 25 from the exhibition
Oh,
arm wrestling match earlier, so you're
Okay.
good there. So you can just deduct that straight away if you wish.
okay, it's all set now.
It's all set.
Does everybody
Okay.
want to take 2, or you want to distribute it otherwise?
Sounds good to me. I don't even know what I would do with holy water.
Holy things.
Oh, hey, it's probably a dex throw. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's a throne ranged attack, I think.
Can't you coach your arrows in it if you really wanted to?
I have no idea.
I don't think that's a thing.
I think you just take the arrowheads off of your arrows and then they're stakes.
Yeah, basically. I mean,
Ranged attack against target creature treating holy water as an improvised weapon. The target is fiend or undead. It takes 2d6 radiant. Blarky. Yeah, so it's as a ranged attack. Range is 20. Range increment is 60.
I will choose not to carry it into the host's house, but I'd gladly take it after we leave.
You can
I'll-
splash within 5 feet or throw up to 20.
okay.
I'll
Specifically.
carry anyone who doesn't want theirs.
You want to split? You want to split Flokies? So you and I each take 3, and
Sounds good.
Gideon takes 2.
Just roll up and it's just bandolier of.
Yes, holy water flask.
Here,
We
Strahd, let me,
received your invitation. Just like
let me
necklaces
freshen up
of
that drink
garlic.
for you.
Fucking fence post just walking up with.
Oh, indeed. All right, so preparations made. You guys may rest unless there's anything else you wish to do for the evening, and we'll get on with our merry evening.
Yep,
And
I'm good.
morning. Yeah.
Do it.
I'm ready.
Zebediah.
I am golden.
All right. Comes the dawn. Hold on a sec. One moment, please.
Uh-huh.
Don't I have second level spells yet? No. 3-2, not 2-3.
Wait a second. Am I reading this that Bind Steed is just permanent until it dies?
Believe so.
As I recall, yes.
Bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The Fine Greater Steed is, well, greater. All right, so anyway, as I said, comes the dawn. You guys set out on your merry way. As you reach the gates of Valaki, you are met by a familiar face. That familiar face, of course, Arena. She has a backpack on, axes on her back as well, and she's like, I think I should come with you guys. Like, I don't know that if I can deal staying here. It's not a big deal. I'll come with you. It's no big deal. I mean, you guys are just, where are you guys going anyway? You're probably gonna go check out like the windmill or something. No one really told me. It's not a big deal. I'm sure it's fine.
Gideon, I thought you handled this.
Gideon throws a huge glare at Floki. We were going to, well, we received a very cordial. We're going to see Strahd.
What color remains in her face drains immediately.
So you probably don't want to come with us, but
She's
I promise
like-
we'll be back in like 2 days.
Why exactly are you going to see Strahd? You know, the guy that did this, and she pulls down the scarf she's been keeping around her neck. You know, the whole reason you guys are here trying to protect, the damsel.
Research.
And she says the last bit like very, very dryly.
We might have lost a bet or something. Again, Gideon throws a glare at Floki. I think it's a really bad idea personally, but that's what they want to do.
Damn
You know
it.
what they say about-
That's
you know what they
perfect
say
for the
about
moment.
curiosity, so
No, in fact, you step on a branch really, really loudly, and she just glares right at you. She's like, no, okay, never mind. I'm not. This is the worst idea I've ever heard anybody say in a million years. I'm going to the inn. I'll be there drinking if you need me. And she just pushes. She goes out of her way to push through each of you, and then heads back into town.
Why do I always have to deal with her?
She's your work wife. That's why.
When she storms off, I'll walk back over and pat Gideon on the back. Good job, buddy.
You did it. We believed in you.
We have a
So
long
really,
walk
like
ahead of
we
us.
did it.
Let's hope you don't break a leg or anything today.
Just remember how useful I am to you all the time.
So we're heading for K on the map, yeah? Yeah.
Yes, you are in fact heading for K on the map.
K for kill you.
Mwahaha. And as you guys are familiar, as you are traveling in Barovia, things happen.
But we're
What if we
impervious to rolls, right? Because we're on Strahd's protection.
We'll see, won't we?
We will.
We'll see. I mean, what invitation? It's not like it was lit on fire. Like holy fire. Like I'm pretty sure he burned his divinity to do this.
Yes, he did. However, if we run into trouble, I'm going to assume that means the protection doesn't last and try to convince everyone to turn around. So let's run into trouble.
There's no laughing. You think this is a game? Okay, it's probably a game. You know what
All
isn't a game? Trying to find this stupid chart.
Well, I'm going to deliver a
There we go.
rousing speech defending my burning of the especially evil piece of parchment, and getting everyone really like pumped up to go slay the dread Strahd in his castle, or at the very
That's
least, like
not what's happening here.
The
at the very
Dreadstrahd.
least, eat his food and then not really consider what he has to say
Okay.
as an alternative.
As long as
And,
we're clear that trying to start a fight might not go well.
For those
Well-
of you who are suitably impressed, you can add, 7 temporary hit points for the day.
Oh. Sorry, DM, you were
Suitably.
about to say something?
Yes, there are actually no threats that came from these rolls, unless you perceive there to be threats from these rolls.
I'm threatened.
You guys will make it effectively to. You should be threatened. There's a new icon appears on the map. You make it to B on the map. It should
Oh.
be showing up momentarily if you didn't say it.
Now, did we
I
pass
thought-
the B in the past here when we were taking
I don't think so.
a horse ride from the village?
You
below?
have,
Or the,
Oh, well.
because you came up from the Sere Pools, from the
Yes.
village of Barovia. So you have been down this road before. I just didn't give you the map marker because I'm a horrible person. However, the rolls, there are things if you guys wish to investigate. The
Yes.
first, you come upon a shallowly dug grave along the side of the road. It's not the first grave you've ever seen in Barovia. Certainly not the last.
a shallowly dug grave.
I look around for a set of clothing, just laying about.
You find none.
We're good here.
All right.
I'm
I'll
good
whisper
here.
a prayer to Saluna and you ready to move on?
Alright.
Okay, let's see. You say it's shallow. How recent does it look? Like,
Let's call that a survival check, please. I like dice.
because if someone was buried here like a day ago or something, then I'm just talking while I try to find my ability to roll survival.
Is it literally like right on the side of the trail?
Yeah, like it's just barely off the side of the trail.
So 11.
11. Yeah, it's you'd say maybe in the last day.
So then someone was recently probably killed on our path. That's good to know.
Should we know who, just in case? It's shallow. Shouldn't take that long to figure it out.
You get on that.
I'm content leaving them in the ground. Dead people in this place seems like the norm.
Yeah. The party is good with the decision to leave them in the ground.
Yep, I'm a fan of
Alright.
not turning up corpses.
I'm single-minded at this point.
Moving on. Speaking of corpses,
Oh god.
you find most of a corpse that looks like it might have been like nailed to this tree at some point. Not like crucified, nailed to the tree, but just like, I don't know, spiked to the tree, shall we say? It's perhaps a better way to describe it.
Now, when you say most, how much of it are we talking?
From the knees up and from like mid forearm, maybe wrist up, but the extremities are missing.
Does
and
it
the
look
lower
like it
parts of
was
the
used as
legs.
bait?
Let's call that another survival check. There are definitely signs of predation along the, like at the wrist and knees and such. So it looks like things might have been chewing on this.
Is it immediately obvious, male or female?
Male. No shirt.
Can I investigate the area for traps to see if it looks like there might have been some sort of thing?
You absolutely may do that. Doesn't look like there's any traps around. No snares, no like bear traps, nothing.
How high off the ground did, like, you were saying it seemed like he was, like, pierced to a tree or something.
Yeah.
Do I see any sort of, like, piercing instruments, like, still in the tree, or
Yes, there's like a massive stake.
how high up?
Chest level on him, so that's probably maybe 5 feet up on the tree.
Okay, so, like,
4.5 feet.
so he was, like, it was like he was standing on the ground and got pierced, basically.
Yeah.
Not like he was
Standing
hung up
largely.
and pierced.
Yeah, it's if he were like 6 foot tall, he could have been standing next to the tree and just got
Gotcha.
thudded straight through the chest.
Okay, I guess.
Does the stake look like it was, like, crafted, or is it just seem like a random piece of wood?
It looks like it was carved. You can see knife marks.
Is there any evidence that the stake was hammered in, or is this something like someone really strong stabbed it like a knife?
No evidence of hammering, but I wouldn't say there's
Mm.
evidence of the contrary either.
Would it be possible to try to detect if he was a vampire? Like, look for telltale signs?
Yeah, you can look for that. What would you consider a telltale sign? The beating of a heart, a hideous heart.
I was guessing teeth, but
Oh yeah, I mean if you're feeling brave, you can definitely go give him the old canine check.
I mean, maybe with, like, stick or something.
That makes sense.
Okay,
What?
yeah. How would you like to go about this?
What'd you say?
I definitely didn't cough the word divine sense. We definitely don't have a paladin or anything.
And
Oh,
a
he's
peanut,
dead.
peanut gallery, thank you.
Is the I'll just kind of just find like a branch or something.
Yes, easily so.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on push to talk, so I was fucking around. So I'll reach down and kind of like just turn the head a bit and see if I can see anything. If I can't, I'm gonna like reach under the upper lip, with like armor still on my arm and stuff, and take a look.
Okay, so with the stick you're trying to look, and then if you...
I lost the second half of it.
so if you don't...
I'll just look at. I'll walk up to it. I'll look at it from afar. If I can't tell, I'll kneel down and like start like manipulating it with my hands.
All right. So you can't tell from afar, and you
Okay.
get up close. And as soon as you reach down to grab the face, the eyes snap open, and you just see like this red glowing, and it goes up and tries to grab you and bite you. And a moment passes, and you kind of like you fall back, and you realize that you just fell back on your butt for apparently no reason. The rest of the party's just standing around looking at you like, hey, what happened, man?
Getting a little jumpy today, huh?
There's just a body there.
You know how I feel about corpses left unattended.
You should at least
Um,
detach it from the tree before you burn it.
Isn't it already on the ground?
No, it's staked to a tree.
Oh, I'm sorry. Gotcha.
I hand wave that part because you were examining, so it's not a big deal.
Gotcha. Yeah. So do I get? Do I figure out the answer? I guess I'm gonna get close enough, right?
The answer is effectively that it's just a body, but you thought you saw something.
Gotcha.
If only for a split second.
Okay.
Well, the last few bodies we found, we burned.
Yep. I intend to do the same thing.
That's why Floki said detach it from the tree first.
Oh, I didn't know if Lucky said that.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yep. So let's take I'll remove the stake.
Okay. You guys remove the stake and you do your normal, get the body ready, burn it, you get to burning, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You do so. Without, you say your words. The paladin can do likewise if he so chooses. And
I don't
that's
have
pretty
words.
much it. You don't have words.
He doesn't believe in words.
Not for that. I mean, like, yeah, not for this. Maybe if somebody wrote like an epitaph for him on the tree, I could have dealt with that.
That doesn't count as written text for you?
It would, and I would put that to rest.
You would do more for the tree than the dead body?
A being's actions and life should serve as a memorial to their passing. Like, you don't need to write on things. It's just,
Rude. Insensitive.
Yeah. well, it's, yeah, it's a little much. It'd be like if somebody just died and had themselves embalmed and stuck in like a glass case and put on their porch. Like it's taking it to a really weird level.
That is a really weird level.
Saying you don't need to write something about yourself because you died. Dumb. Go on.
All right. Just before, so the paladin gives you guys a stern lecture about, saying words and writing words for dead things.
No, say words for dead things. Don't write words for dead things. It's a pretty short lecture.
But stern nonetheless.
If we pass
Speaking
this, what
of-
was it? The thing that's back here.
Yes, that. Unfortunately, certain documentation that related to that area went up in smoke.
Oh,
That's
Imagine
our
that.
windmill. We had a thing.
yeah.
That
see, we
is
could-
the windmill, and you do see it in the distance.
We
Right.
once had a deed to that windmill.
If you so desire, you can go check out the windmill. I mean, it is on the way. I won't stop you.
Did we have? It's been a long time. Did we ever find out what was at the windmill? I remember asking around town, but people.
It was
were
a
just like,
bone crushing place.
It's specifically called the Bone Grinder, and you guys
Oh.
had a deed to it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it sounds like it was a little, perhaps, creepy. People didn't really. Everyone was kind of superstitious about it, and just like, nah, I don't want to talk about it. Stay away from there.
Only a little.
But I mean, you've gotten that from pretty much everywhere you've gone in Barovia so far. So that's saying the sky's blue, which it's not because you're in Barovia.
Maybe we'll check it out on the way back.
Yeah, I agree with that. I
Maybe.
was just curious as we passed it because I'm sure we could have looked. It doesn't look like it's that far off the trail.
I don't really see any need for a windmill visit right now.
Named Bone
It's-
Crusher.
Nice that
The
we
bone
own it,
grinder.
but
Grind it.
Well, we don't anymore. I mean,
The squirrel died with the deed.
We
yeah.
never owned it.
Well, okay, he had forged some documents with our names on it.
I think those were stolen documents, right?
Yeah, that we took from a house.
Stolen, obtained.
We took it from a house that
Everything is
slowly
great
collapsed on top of
in
themselves.
Barovia, don't you know? So that was all legal.
That is true of basically everything.
I'm pretty sure possession is 10/10 of the law in Barovia.
It is.
We don't
But-
currently possess it, so
Depends on what you mean by possession, but
I was
No,
gonna say,
in all meanings of the word.
yeah.
yes,
then why do we want to go see Strahd? I don't understand.
exactly. I don't either. Floki really wants out, and he thinks Strahd can.
Curiosity is gonna kill this cat and the rest of us.
Indeed. As you guys continue your banter and like, oh yeah, the windmill. Floki was like, man, did you guys? I'm surprised we haven't seen any of those bundles, which he literally just said, what, 5 minutes ago maybe. As you find one of those bundles.
Ooh, same thing.
Same thing being sneaking it into the backpack.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna grab it after we pass it and try to sneak it into the backpack. Actually, I'm just gonna barely
Alright.
I'm gonna let the hand have it. I'm not even gonna sneak it in the backpack anymore. But
You're just gonna, like,
stealth,
Gets it
sleight of
near
hand,
Skirp's backpack.
try to give it to Skirp's backpack
The ghostly
without him
hand,
knowing.
The Sadako-esque hand comes out from underneath like the folds of the backpack, grabs the bundle of clothing, and just pulls it back in.
Yes. That's like
Skirp's
5
none the
now.
wiser.
These are bundles of clothes, right?
Yes,
I'll
go for
yes,
that.
they are.
Good.
His
A
textiles
newfound nudist colony that's gonna be real mad at us.
are some kind of werewolf. I'm pretty sure is gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be like, what happens to all my clothing?
I swear I left it right here.
I neatly took it off, folded it up, put it in this very tree.
My wife's gonna be so pissed at me. Lost another set of clothes.
The 4th one this week. Okay. Do we see anything else interesting on the way to B?
You don't until you get to B.
Bad.
What is B?
B are a large set of gates.
Are they
Fog spills out of the forest and swallows up the road behind you as you approach the gates. Ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides of the road, are high stone buttresses looming gray in the fog. Huge iron gates hang on the stonework. Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars. 2 headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate, their heads now lying among the weeds at their feet. They greet you only in silence. Silence and as
Skirp, they know your
you
name.
approach the gate, the gates open on their own.
Did they do that last time we came through here?
They did not.
It's like they know.
He knows we're coming.
I mean, he invited us, right?
He did.
Did either of
Who
you
would
send
just
a
put
messenger to let him know? I look at Tali.
No, you guys did not.
Because Tali's the messenger that has D&D texting.
You can only cast something on someone you're familiar with.
I could probably do that, but I don't
That
know. if
Floki
I want
doesn't
to
know this.
Exert the energy.
He was just asking if Tali sent a
Oh,
message
sorry.
because he knows we're
I
coming.
did not. I'm
Okay.
sure, since this is Strahd's land, I'm sure he knows of what we're up to.
Sorry,
he
when you
doesn't,
say
he does
text
now.
messaging, I'm assuming you're out of character.
Yeah.
I just in my head, like, this land is your land, this land is Strahd's
Strahd's land.
Sorry. So the gates open, and what do you guys? You just sit there. You're gonna walk through. Stand there, I suppose. Not sit. You're not sitting presently.
Maybe Skirp should go through first.
Does the fog extend right up to either side? Like there's no way around said gates of doom?
The fog is it's clinging right up to the edges of the stone supports of the gates.
And the fog is behind us, so we really don't have a choice but to go through.
It has kind of oddly kind of almost like bubbled up behind you. It's like flowing down the road
Well,
from the rear.
Since it was my idea, I'll go through first. I
The
guess.
last time I let myself get herded by fog, I ended up in Barovia, so...
Right?
That should be on a T-shirt.
That's the last time I get hurted by fog.
So yeah, I will. I will go unless the party objects. Didn't think so.
No,
I mean-
stop, don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'll walk through first to see what happens.
Nice. All right. Nothing happens other than you are, 5 feet further ahead of the party than the rest of them.
Does the fog extend all the way on this side too?
No, the fog on this side actually opens up quite a bit. Though you do see what looks to be a crossroads just ahead, and a carriage at the crossroads.
We apparently have a ride on this side, and the fog is weaker. And I wait to see what the party does.
Okay, so this carriage... What is it being pulled by?
It depends. Are you following Floki to actually see this?
Oh, can I not see it? Yeah, I'll follow him through.
All right.
I'm
You just have to get past the. There's a
or
little
the
bit of a
first
bend
one.
you gotta get past. All right.
I'll follow.
Parked at the fork in the road, pointed east, is a large black carriage drawn by 2 black horses. The horses snort puffs of steamy breath into the chill mountain air. The side door of the carriage swings open silently.
Well, this is great.
Loki pokes his head and looks around.
It is a very finely decorated carriage. The inside is all red velvet. There are there's windows, and they are covered in red velvety silky drapes. Heavy black stitches. Looks pretty comfortable.
I'll sit
Actually.
down. I'll finish
Okay.
climbing in and sit down. On the back right side.
Everybody, Floki has taken a seat in the carriage.
It's a giant mimic.
That'd be awesome. I'm dead. I'm inside with Mimic.
Well, we said we were gonna go see Strahd. I guess we're gonna go see Strahd.
What's the carriage pulled by? Not recording.
The 2 black draft horses.
Is there a driver?
There is no driver.
Mm.
I'm gonna walk.
But we shouldn't all go together.
That's and I'm not getting in. I'll ride on top.
That's acceptable. Do you need a boost?
There's a little step up to a seat where a driver would sit.
Oh, you're the driver.
I might need a boost.
Gideon will provide a boost.
I will also try to help if it is helpful.
Do you need a roll for this?
No, you can just help him get up. But I mean, in the meantime, he's just going up, up, up. He's maybe 4 feet tall, but in a ton of plate mail trying to climb up onto a buggy. It's not going to
trying to get
help.
I like
Trying to
the
get my
idea
foot. Let's go ahead.
I was gonna say, I thought you meant that he was just saying up,
Yeah,
up,
like
out loud,
like
doing
a
magical
toddler that's
things.
trying to get picked up.
I like the image of trying to get my foot in the plate mail. I'll try to get just my foot up to the step. Come on. Foot's like an eye level. Come on. Who put a step on this one?
Plate mail doesn't bend that way, man.
So Tally and Gideon lifting from the left and the right side by an elbow each.
Yeah.
For the first step.
Got it. All right.
And he's good from there.
Okay.
No further
I'm gonna,
assistance needed.
I'm gonna wipe down the seat with holy water.
Is there enough room up there for one more?
If you would like to, yes.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I'll wipe down his seat too.
Very kind of you.
Gideon will get in with Floki with another glare. All your fault.
You did this.
I thought this was all Strahd's fault, and this is why we're trying to fix it.
Okay.
Oh, that's everybody excuse. Oh, Strahd
This
did
is
this. Strahd got me
25%
trapped here.
your fault.
Strahd. Guys are so mean to him. No wonder he's evil.
He's just misunderstood, Gideon.
Damn it, Oscar, you're a grouch.
All right. The holy people up in the driver's seat, the lesser holy people in the actual carriage part. Oh, I guess Loki is also a cleric. He's the
God.
dubious cleric, though.
Everyone's holy except me.
Despite not grabbing any reins, the carriage starts and begins wending its way down the winding road towards Castle Ravenloft. You will note along this journey that no more dice are being rolled. That is a feature, not a bug.
Is it?
It is. After winding through the forest and craggy mountain peaks, the road takes a sudden turn to the east, and the startling, awesome presence of Castle Ravenloft towers before you. The carriage comes to a dead stop before twin turrets of stone, broken from years of exposure. Beyond these guard towers is the precipice of a 50-foot wide, fog-filled chasm that disappears into unknown depths. A lower drawbridge of old, shorn-up wooden beams stretches across the chasm between you and the archway to the courtyard. The chains of the drawbridge creak in the wind, their rust-eaten iron straining under the weight. From atop the high walls, stone gargoyles stare at you from hollow eye sockets and grin hideously. A rotting wooden portcullis, green with growth, hangs above the entry tunnel. Beyond this location, the main doors of Ravenloft stand open. A rich, warm light spills from within, flooding the courtyard. Torches flutter sadly in sconces, both sides of the open doors. And if my cat would get off the keyboard. Can you see anything on this map? I haven't seen the transition happen.
Nope.
Negatory.
All right. Let's do one of these. First of all, pull you guys to there. Second of all, I will grab the party marker and give it some light. Actually, I should just make this whole front of this light. It doesn't really need to be hidden. Dynamic lighting. Reveal.
I got a black screen.
Getting there.
When you said reveal, I thought that was like the big reveal.
Nope.
No, that's what
thing's
he yells. Behold.
Fighting me. Behold.
Nothing happened.
Seriously.
Can't see shit, sir.
Oh shit. Hold on.
We've been jammed.
This
How many
trip
times
is
can
already
we-
going really well.
How many times can we reference the same movie tonight and
I was
never
gonna
use
say,
the same one?
When did this turn into Spaceballs 2: The Search for Strahd? And more money.
So, who wants to bet that something got spilled on his keyboard?
Yeah. Do you guys want to take like a real quick bio break?
Sure.
Sounds fine.
I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Okay. I'll attack the darkness.
I do the pee, so I'm gonna take that bio. Right back.
Okay.
I have returned.
I'm back.
Sorry about that.
Would you spell on your keyboard?
What did my cat spill on the keyboard? That's what,
Oh, I called it.
and her infinite feline jump full up on the keyboard, and yeah, so that happened. Knocked over my drink. Good times. Good times. All right, now where was I? I was getting you guys a token on this map.
I'd wait till everybody's
Sorry.
back. We took a quick bio while you were.
Okay, that was a good idea.
I'm back.
Alright.
Welcome.
Script check.
Yep.
Alright, so whenever Puff's ready.
All right. Just getting you guys a token on this map. That's all I'm doing. Let us grab a random token from this map, shall we? That'll work for now. And objects and tokens there. Cocoon. I would imagine. Skirp, can you see anything on the map?
Yep.
All right. For the time being, I'm going to give this token visibility to everybody. Except that doesn't appear to work for some stupid reason. It's always something.
Yeah. There is some sort of voodoo magic to be done to make dynamic lighting work. I've just never managed to pull it.
Yeah. There's a good way to make this work and not, but all players see light. Can you guys see that one?
Do you see the light?
Nope.
Nothing
No.
yet.
Do you see the light?
How about that?
Nope. Now we just
Nothing.
need to figure out what the difference between the token that was working and this one is.
Controlled by all players. How
That'll
about that?
Uh-huh.
Now we have light.
Okay.
And my axe.
Don't worry about what it is for right now.
Okay.
Took that away. This map is obviously quite large, so you're going to have to zoom in to get the proper scale of it. You guys came in from behind you, which is the drawbridge, and directly ahead of you, underneath, basically that, the parapets right there, is where the light's spilling out of. So straightforward, I will give you a map marker known as K1. Except it just went away for some reason. All right, that's a good time. Anyway, straight ahead of you are the doors directly in, which are currently open. Otherwise, you are standing in a massive courtyard.
It is a massive courtyard. Is there anything
Right-
else
Right here is
in the courtyard?
doorway.
You see gargoyles up. There are 2 doors into the kind of the gatehouse area right next to you. But otherwise, just the sheer scale of it, you'd have to go in a little bit further to explore anything past the walls. It is. Let me see if I can actually get rid of this dynamic lighting bit underneath here. It will make a little bit more sense if that's not there. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys see that now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll see like the pitch of the roof and the doors are effectively underneath that bit of the pitch of the roof.
And those doors lie open?
They do lie open.
Loki will walk that direction. He doesn't want to snoop around. He obviously knows we're coming.
As we're walking in that direction, I'm going to cast protection from evil and good on myself.
Okay. High above the entrance, you see a round window with shards of broken glass lodged into the iron frame. High up. The gate towers look to be made of bound iron and wood. The drawbridge and the portcullis both fill the gap behind you, but they do stay open for the time. For now.
Well, Gideon will stay 15 feet-ish behind Floki. He's not going to actively have a weapon out, but he does have his hand on a crossbow that's like hanging. Belt.
That's fair.
And everyone else is kind of looking around at all the architecture. He's looking for threats, movement, anything.
All right. And everybody's just kind of sticking with that, moving as a party together.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm looking as
Begrudgingly so.
unthreatening as humanly possible.
I've got my lightsaber out, but not like,
Just the handle.
yeah, just the hilt.
Just the hilt. Well, if that's the case, let's move you guys maps again.
Woo. Oh no.
I
Yeah.
got
Oh,
this
good.
set up this time, so.
It's like, oh, you've got your weapon out? Well, let's move maps then.
Oh, that's not what I meant.
He
I can
didn't
see
see
how
a
that would
little
be
initiative yet.
So this is the area that I was describing to you that's under kind of the pitch of the roof. These doors lie open, in fact, and so I will get rid of that bit of dynamic lighting for you. The little bits you can kind of see peeks into, the light is spilling into, are various windows or arrow slits.
Neat.
I believe that everybody has control of the token, so don't fight over it. But for now, it represents the party.
Okay.
If there's anything I
I'll
can see special beyond my dark vision, let me know.
So far, no, you do see, and look with just a little bit, you can see in there another chamber, but there are a set of closed doors behind that.
And is that hallway lit?
Let's find out, shall we? The entry. The ornate outer doors of the castle hang open, flanked by fluttering torches and iron sconces. 20 feet inside is another set of doors. It is lit in here, but the doors are closed.
Okay. That puts me a
Settled
little
it.
more at ease. Are we approaching?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're here for a reason.
Right?
Might as well
The
get it
doors are
over
open,
with.
so we should step in the doors and see what happens.
Skirp, we're gonna let you control the token. I don't know why.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't know if you saw what I did the last time I controlled the token.
You mean like flew around the map, dropping yourself over and over again in different places?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, don't do that.
All right. We approached the door, which you said is closed.
Oh, that's not a hallway.
These
These
first set
are
of doors are open.
Okay. That
The second,
explains.
the set
lighting.
beyond that are closed.
Is there a knocker?
There is, but the doors in front of you suddenly swing open, revealing a grand hall that is filled with the sound of organ music.
Jesus Christ.
God, I've
Oh,
been waiting
God.
for that so long.
Does Roll20 have Sirenscape integration?
No, I wish.
Okay.
But you can upload whatever you want to like Fanburst and then use that. Oh God.
Down slightly. It's still there in the background, though.
I'm just hoping this transitions into bloody tears.
Oh God, that'd be so good.
All right. So to the north is the stairway up.
All right, hold on. Before you go exploring this room too much, put yourself in the center of it.
I
Getting
can't.
crazy. Well, mostly center. You know what I mean. Overhead, in this vaulted entry foyer, 4 statues of dragons glare down, their eyes flickering
Thank you.
torchlight. Cobwebs stretch between the great columns that support the vaulted ceiling of this great, dusty hall, dimly lit by sputtering torches and iron sconces. That's a theme throughout this, in case you're wondering. The torches cast odd shadows across the face of 8 stone gargoyles, squatting motionlessly. Wow, I cannot talk tonight. Motionlessly. There we go. On the rim of the dome ceiling. Cracked and faded ceiling frescoes are covered by decay. Double doors of bronze stand close to the east, which is directly across from you. To the north, a wide staircase climbs into the darkness. A lit hallway to the south contains another set of bronze doors, through which you hear sad and majestic organ tones. Yes, that direction. The southern... An elf... Oh, nice. One of my favorite characters now gets to enter the fray. It's not Walter Frey, relax.
I hope not. Otherwise, I'd question how excited you were about entering it.
Hi-oh.
So
Oh,
you hit Shift Z while targeting him. It gives us a full picture of him, the token.
That's cool. Yes. An elf with brown skin and long black hair descends the wide staircase, quiet as a cat. He wears a gray cloak over black studded leather armor and has a polished scimitar hanging from his belt. He bows deeply. My master is expecting you.
Lead the way.
Seems we might be a little late. We a few days back.
He says, my master is quite patient. He was waiting at your pleasure. This way, please. And he crosses past without waiting for you and comes down to here and waits. In the south.
Okay.
1 second. Nailed it.
So what
Ah,
are
the
you
script
doing?
cam is live.
Ah.
What's up? All right.
Man, these jams. Torchlight flutters against the wall in this vaulted hall. To the east, an arched hallway stretches for 20 feet, ending at a spiral staircase that goes both up and down. That's, if you were to be standing next to the elf gentleman, who has not yet introduced himself, you could see the spiral staircase. Next to the hallway, a suit of armor, oiled and glistening, stands at attention in a shallow alcove. To the west, large bronze double doors will hang open, and I'll open them in just a second for you. And a steady, bright light escapes. Swells of organ music come from behind the doors, spilling their melody of power and defeat into the hall. And open doors.
Nope.
Oh.
The elf again bows and says, I will leave you with my master now. If you need anything, I am Rahadin. Need merely call Rahadin. You need merely call my name, and I shall come. And with that, he turns on his heel and goes back to the staircase from whence he came and disappears into the darkness.
Now, do you guys think when he says you can call his name and he'll come, is that like anywhere or only while we're in the castle?
Rahadin? I feel lied to.
He disappears. So as he disappears into the darkness, he comes back again, and he comes. He actually comes from the other direction this time, from the western staircase. And he nods politely and he says, "Yes."
Can I have a tour of the castle?
He says, he grins rather wryly and says, "In due time. However, for the time, it would be rude to keep the master of the house waiting."
Okay. All right, I put down my visor. Double check that the hilt is still in my hand. I don't know. Shield out. No, shield's. So that's a step too far. All right, you guys ready?
Rahadin again
Right.
bows and he disappears back down the staircase to the west from which he came.
I wonder if we can. You know what? Abuse the NPCs later. This is. All right. I don't know who wanted to be here. Somebody else lead on.
Floki.
Wolf Loki happily walks into the room.
All right, that means you're in control of the token. 3 enormous crystal chandeliers brightly illuminate this magnificent chamber. Pillars of stone stand against dull white marble walls supporting the ceiling. In the center of the room, a long, heavy table is covered with fine, white satin cloth. The table is laden with many delectable foods: roasted beef basted in a savory sauce, roots and herbs of every taste, and sweet fruits and vegetables. Places are set for each of you with fine, delicate china and silver. At each place is a crystal goblet filled with an amber liquid with a delicate, tantalizing fragrance. At the center of the far west wall, between the floor-to-ceiling mirrors, stands a massive organ. Its pipes blare out the organ music that you are currently hearing. Seated at the organ dun, dun, dun. Facing away from you, a single caped figure pounds the keys in raptured ecstasy. Suddenly, he stops, and a deep silence falls over the dining hall as he slowly turns toward you. Indeed.
Very slowly.
Very slowly. And he, for the moment, just stops and kind of takes you all in. And then he bows and says, "I am Strahd Vanzarovich. Welcome to my home. Come, sit, dine, enjoy yourself while you are here."
Can I
He
roll?
then approaches and takes a seat at the table himself.
Can I roll
at the head of it, of
insight for
course.
the etiquette as to where I should be sitting?
Sure.
I have no idea.
I mean, there's clearly places that are set for, for guests. So long as you're not trying to.
Okay, I'll sit in one of those spots that are already set for one of the guests then.
Toccata and Fugue is not copyright. Don't worry about it. It should be free use. because of classical music.
Gideon will take a seat, but he's going to take whichever one is furthest set away.
All right. So it's going to be there's these two
I'm gonna take the
here
closest one to him.
in here, and then there's a gap, and then here and here.
I'll take the remaining seat.
Okay.
You know, we can just toss ourselves. Just because we don't have sight doesn't can't be here. No,
As you guys are all taking your seats, he's, come, you must be hungry. It's a long journey from Valaki, is it not?
oops.
I ate just before we got here, so. But I appreciate the hospitality.
He says, ever practical. Very well. Help yourself to the wine, however. It is most delectable.
Sort of nod, but I don't reach for it. Just sort of let it be.
Strahd's goblet, you'll notice, does not have an amber-colored liquid in it, but rather a deep red liquid. He picks up his goblet and gives you a nod as he holds it in the air before him and takes a drink from it. He sets it down, grabs one of the fine cloth napkins that are set on the table, and just very gently dabs the corners of his mouth. He says, I'm afraid that perhaps you have me at somewhat of a disadvantage. You surely know who I am, but I know very little of each of you. Come, you must tell me. After all, it would be a shame to waste such a brilliant evening in this land, is it not? Let us waste it away with talk and wine.
Well, not to be rude, but why did you call us here if you don't know much about us?
He says, for that exact reason, I wish to know about you. Where do you come from? What is your goal in my lands?
Well, I don't speak for everyone, but some of us were hoping to leave your lands.
He says, is that so? And you wish to leave why? Do you find yourself not enamored with this paradise that I have built?
Well, you know, I never said it was I who was looking to leave, but perhaps it's just the inability to that makes it such a desirable thing.
And says, no man is truly free, are they? No. Even I cannot leave these lands.
Really? Really? So this mist that traps us here, it's not at your command?
And he says, surely you are mistaken. I control all things in the land. I did not say the mist was beyond my control.
Oh, just that you can't leave. Okay.
A great many things keep me in this place. This castle, Ravenloft, named for my late mother, Ravonia, a wise and kind woman. Long dead, I am afraid. But beautiful, far more beautiful than this crumbling facade. Slipping accent slightly, sorry. That I have named for her. Another business yet still. Love, loss, these things keep me here. Not chains, no, not persecution.
For all the things that keep you here is reasons why some of us would rather return to our own home. for we should be bound there for the same philosophies.
He says, yes, perhaps that is true. And he says, and what would you give to go back to your home? You in particular, a strange one. There is not another like you in these lands. Your home must be far indeed.
I am grateful that my people don't have to enjoy your paradise. It is not to our liking, for paradise is in the eye of the beholder. I'm willing to give most things that I possess to return home to my people.
So, sorry, what was the last bit you said about
I'm-
whatever you possess?
I am willing to give most things that I possess to return to my people.
Ah, got it. It says, but you have a limit, yes? There is a cap on your price.
You know what? I'm good here.
You'd stay in my lands with such trappings upon you.
I'll stay in these lands.
I'm willing to know the cost.
And says, I will do it rather cheaply, in fact. There,
Firstborn.
and this will count as passage for all of your party. There is a woman who is attempting to elude me, though she knows not the reasons why. Wow, that really slipped. Holy crap. I started going like Scottish or something there for a second. I'm not really sure what's going on. She has eluded me, and though she knows not why herself, it is in her best interests. God damn, I keep doing it. What is going on?
Strahd's just a multicultural man.
He is. He really is. I merely wish to help her understand her destiny. And she runs from it and understands not why. My price is rather cheap. Bring her to me, and you will all go free. Miss will part for, and you may leave. You'll find yourselves back where you came in lands.
I don't possess such a person, and I said I'd give nearly anything I possess.
Possess is perhaps the wrong word. You have her ear, her friendship, do you not?
I do not. That would be Gideon.
Gideon is it. And he smiles, and you see he's rather thankful in his smile, shall we say. Gideon, is it? Tell me, what would you give? What would it take? What is your price? Something taken from you? Too soon, perhaps? Someone taken from you too soon, perhaps?
Are you suggesting that's something you can fix?
Am I not the lord of these lands? Here, all things are within my power. Your lost friend, he stumbled into a place he should not have been. It is unfortunate, but it is a reality that I have some pull over.
Gideon takes a deep breath, clearly thinking, and then he drains the wine goblet in front of him in one gulp. And then kind of just shrugs and kind of looks down. Doesn't respond immediately.
And what of you, holy woman? What would you say to this proposition? Surely, one person for the passage of 4 is nothing. I mean no harm to Irina.
One person for 4, maybe, but I cannot trade one person that is not myself. I cannot volunteer another so that I my comrades can go free.
You misunderstand. I do not wish for you to kidnap the woman and bring her here. I merely wish for you to talk sense into her. Show her the error of her ways, and that this place would be her.
What is the destiny that you foresee for her?
She is a long-lost love of mine. Reincarnated. Though the body might be slightly different. The soul is ever her. My beloved Tatiana.
And what if you're mistaken?
I am not mistaken. I know all and see all in these lands. There is a reason she was chosen. There is a reason I chose her. I know very well, my Tatiana.
I'm confused. You've claimed to have control over, theoretically, souls by offering Gideon his friend back in some fashion, but yet you didn't have control over the reincarnation of your love?
Not all souls behave as one might expect.
So she
Your
revolts from
friends-
you even in the afterlife?
She was poisoned against. She mistakes what I am, who I am. The villagers, they hide in their hovels from me. They need not fear me. I am their lord. A benevolent one. I would do them no harm.
But you let them not leave either.
This is their home. They have nowhere to go. Where would they go? To your lands? They would be outsiders. They would be accosted for what they are. Those without souls that live here, they will know no other place to be. And the soulless grow by the day. Barovia is their home, now and forever.
The soulless. We've heard a bit about this before from the
Yes.
abbot. You say they grow? There are less souls to go around?
Yes, it is a rather odd phenomenon. It seems that only the souls that are here are the souls here, and as the population grows, the number of souls available dwindles.
And the attack on the winery, was that population control?
Ah, the winery. That was a misunderstanding. Surely the wine before you must know, has come from the Wizard of Wines. I mean them no harm. Merely a territorial dispute between the wild men of the land, their wild religions, and the industriousness of the crows.
Doubt. Sorry.
Do you say that out loud?
No, I'm pressing the X doubt button in LA Noir.
QTE, QTE! And you, you are closer to my kin than you know, my friend. Skirp, he's addressing you. You say that you would be fine in these lands. Yet if that were true, you would not need such a weapon at your side. Tell me, have you examined the hilt that you carry with you?
I looked at it.
Yes, and you have seen the initials engraved upon its pommel?
I don't think so.
Oh fuck, there's writing on it? Can you still use it?
Engraved on the bottom, like if you turn it over, choose to turn over and look at it, there
I do.
we'll see two initials, an S and a Z.
I don't know that. Like, I
You
see that
carry-
there are initials.
Right. The initials you see are those of my brother, Sergei. You carry with you the hilt of his broken blade. Of you, I would ask not the woman. No, of you, I would ask simply to return what belongs here in the crypts with the bones of my brother, his long lost blade.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, I don't think so. See, I found this, and I need it.
And why would you
And-
need it? Many things are lost in these lands, my friend. Many things indeed. And they are found again, should it not be returned to its owner or its next of kin.
Well, see, the lost things also keep finding me, and this sword. Well, it puts them back in the ground. Okay, like no, I'm afraid you can't have it.
And he just kind of he takes another sip of wine, sets it. That is most unfortunate. So the four of you would deny me what I have asked. Yes? That is your choice.
I'm not denying you something that I possess. I can't offer you another human being. If I owned
As-
said sword, I would easily give it to you.
As I told your friend, I mean not for you to bring me the woman forcibly. I merely wish for you to show her the error of her ways. Open her eyes to the reality that is around her.
And what reality is that? Like your version of the reality, not our outsider's version of the reality. Your
There is
vision.
no other reality in the world. There is only mine.
Right. But if you need people to educate her on your reality, and obviously I want to go home, I don't quite see your point of view or your reality other than doom and gloom everywhere. So enlighten me, so I can decide if I'd like to enlighten someone else to your reality.
And he stands. Very well. You shall be enlightened to my reality.
Suddenly regretting choice of words.
And all of a sudden, everything in this room goes black, and there's like this massive like gust of wind, and just and it echoes throughout the entire castle. All of the doors.
What have you done?
All of the doors slam. The chandelier shakes slightly. You hear what sounds like some massive iron slamming shut. And then there's just the remaining echoes of that. And a crack of thunder. And then everything goes silent.
I told you that promises written on paper are worse than worthless.
He hasn't harmed us, he's just booming. Right now we've seen Tali do it. He disappeared.
Yes,
Uh,
he absolutely disappeared. All the doors are
still-
closed.
Is it still pitch black in here?
Yes, it is
Bring
still
a
pitch black in
torch?
here because there are no lights in here. Those of you with dark vision,
Dark vision.
may be
Yeah.
dark
I
vision.
immediately cast light on my shield
Okay.
and stand up, wielding it.
All right. The light from it glints and glares off of the fine silver and goblets that are on the table, and the pipes of the organ. And it seems like you guys are just utterly alone in this room now. Just the four of you.
Hmm.
Investigate the
ignite
room for alternate things that aren't obvious before we try these doors.
Sure, if you want to. That'll be an investigation check if you so desire.
We need to avoid combat tonight, guys. My dice haven't rolled higher than a 5 all night.
All right,
You're just getting them out of your system.
pretty much. That 10 is the one you just rolled, right?
Correct.
Okay. No, you don't see anything obvious in here.
So was it something I said, guys? Or the way I said it?
But
A little column A, little column B.
First, you forced us to come here, and then
I didn't force you to do nothing. He lost the bet. You can blame Skirp for not being the strong goblin paladin he claims to be.
you,
That's when you're right, and you are very wrong.
you literally used force to make him come with us. I mean, it's hard to argue with.
You really can't argue with that.
Floki, what do your cat-like eyes see?
Prior to you turning the light on, it seemed feeling perfectly fine. Like, what did I
Does
see?
the door open if I try it?
It does. It is not locked. Just slammy.
Can anybody play the organ?
You can attempt to do so if you would like to.
I
I
was
think he's
asking.
asking if any of us know how to play an organ.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
No.
Not that
No.
kind of organ.
The old skin flute.
The
Yeah, I mean,
cat-
if anybody is,
The cat in me wants to
proficient.
try, but I'm not.
does anybody
proficient.
have proficiency in a musical instrument?
I do.
Go
I
for it.
will let you try that same check with a slight penalty since it's not the same instrument. You understand the basics of music if you.
I
have
do.
such.
Okay. Yeah. What check is that? Mine's drums. That's the instrument I know. So what do
Should
I
just be
roll?
perform.
Oh god.
Okay. Yeah. Would you?
Dun, dun, bah.
Sounds like a cat walking across a piano.
Exactly. Like you leave your finger down on the last key for way too long, and dust flies up from the pipes, which is odd because there wasn't any dust previously coming up from them when Strahd was playing.
Now, do you think these things, like, they have to be provided with air for organs to work, right? Like,
That is
Or-
the something like that with organs.
somewhere someone is pumping away on like a bellows or something while he holds down a key.
Bum, bum, bum. So what now, my friends?
I think he wants us to leave.
I think we've overstayed our welcome.
I think he's gonna be very. I don't. He's supposed to be showing us his ways, his reality. So now I'm kind of worried. I just wanted like a history lesson. That's all I wanted. Like, how can I
He
preach
gave you
the
some
word
history.
if I
He
don't
told you
know the
about
word?
The namesake of the castle and the source of Strahd's lightsaber or of Skirp's lightsaber. And he told you lots of stuff.
Ah, man, when we get out of here, I'm going to clean up this lightsaber.
You're gonna file off those etchings.
I am.
I thought you said it was pretty decoration earlier.
I don't remember that.
Script's not recall this.
I mean, I opened my mouth and made us all dark. I'll poke my head out the gate first, as I, been reminded a few times it's my fault we're here. As I return one of those patent Gideon glares back at him. And I poke my head out the door. Since I don't have a token, I just figure I'll let you do it.
Whoop, there you go. Well, you should all have control of the same token, so just assume that whoever's leading is leading with that.
Plus, you can also throw down your own token. Oh, I see how it is. Okay.
In the castle, it's for this part
It's
of it at
just
least.
easier.
It works
Okay.
well to have one
As
token.
long as we're not in combat.
Oh,
Yeah.
as soon as we step outside, does it look good? Am I being attacked?
You are not being attacked.
I summon Dobby, aka whatever the house elf.
Rahadin. Oh god, he is a house elf, isn't he? Oh.
Give him a sock. Give him a sock. Wait, I feel like if anything's a house elf in this scenario, it's me. But
Rahadin.
Thanks, Dobby.
No.
is he showing up?
He shows up
Yes.
just south of where Floki is sticking his head out. And he nods again and he says, My master is quite cross with you up here. If I might suggest
he's done with us.
that your evening here is at an end, I would suggest that you leave. Tarry in the castle if you dare.
Can we leave?
I will give
Can
no
you-
other warning.
Can you escort us to the front gate safely?
And it says, I will escort you as far as the foyer.
Let's start.
Further than that,
We'll take it.
I have not been allowed to do.
Is a foyer a kind of food?
And so then he begins leading you
Front
basically
porch.
back out and then into the
I know
front
that.
porchy area.
But Gideon doesn't. All right, we go with them.
All right.
And I ask the house
And he
elf
leads you
to,
To here.
like, secretively, if that's a open offer on the lightsaber. Loki is very curious.
What?
He only gives you just like the slightest of nods.
Okay.
I think we all can hear that.
Well, I said, I said as quietly and stealthy as possible. I was expecting to have to roll dice.
Aren't we all like right next to you? Like literally walking out next to you?
I thought so, but he's bold.
I'm bold and I'm a cat, so,
Unless Skirp is actually trained to identify food.
Well, Gideon thought a foyer might be some kind of food.
I'm digging around in my backpack for a couple stale foyers that I left down there.
It sounds French, like a French delicacy, maybe.
it's the front porch, man.
Perhaps.
That's
Perhaps
what a
it is.
foyer is. I knew what it was.
Perhaps it is. He opens the front doors for you and it says, have a very pleasant evening.
Mm-hmm.
Loki leads.
Okay.
Or not.
Navi, Rahadin, why is your master letting us leave?
His business with you is concluded.
Oh, I feel like he's the kind of guy that if you make him mad, he doesn't just go and let you walk out of his house.
He's
My
honorable.
lord is not without mercy
Skirp,
or honor.
Skirp, why are you trying to talk us into a problem?
I'm trying to make sure that Dobby doesn't like shoot us on our way out.
Radine, thank you for your service. We're really leaving now. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm good with
Teacher, you forgot to give us homework.
that.
You're bad guys. You should try to kill us. No, let's leave.
Also, Skirp, hold on to that hilt and don't let Floki see it.
I feel like this is more like teacher, what's that giant stack of papers next to the door? What are you? That's not homework, is it? No.
And then Channel Divinity, they all blow up.
Oh yeah, that's. I was actually hoping for name cards, or place cards at the table.
You should have asked to like see his library.
I was gonna get the tour. Right?
Oh, that's right.
Tour.
I'm afraid the tour is now off the table. Perhaps a
but-
different time.
Can you at least like rustle me up a couple foyers for the road?
He says, "You stand in one now, sir."
On my feet.
He only gives you just like the slightest of exasperated looks.
Loki starts leaving Skirp behind.
All right, let's roll. Let's get out of here.
We're leaving. Stop me if I go too far.
All right.
We're
You're,
leaving.
you
Too
guys
far?
leave. You
Okay.
go off the map, and here there
Okay.
be
Damn
right.
monsters.
Oh no.
We're trying to get back to. Well, I doubt he's gonna let us ride the carriage out, is he?
The carriage, if you
Should
guys
walk.
are back in here, is no longer here. Instead, you are faced only with the closed portcullis in front of you.
Closed.
Yes, closed.
I thought
Don't
You-
suppose there's like a big giant wheel next to it to open it?
There are two big giant gatehouses next to it.
I
Knew it was
climb it and see if it has is like any opening. How's it? Where's the mechanisms? Essentially,
You can't see from this side without going out over where the drawbridge is drawn up on
Can
the other
I-
side of the portcullis.
can I climb up to see?
What's your climb speed?
20.
Yes, you can. There are two massive chains that go into the buildings that are to the immediate north and south.
Okay.
So there and there.
I relay that there's a chain on each gatehouse.
Are there any windows to the gatehouses, or are they just like totally solid?
They're
from
just,
what
like-
we've seen?
With the exception of where the chains go in, yeah, they are solid.
I mean,
Radine.
he can't leave the building.
or
Oh my
won't
God.
leave the
Just
building.
shout at him.
He was. He
Rahadin
stated he was not
appears
allowed.
behind Skirp.
Oh,
Can you raise the portcullis for us?
He says, while it isn't within my power, I have unfortunately been ordered to provide no assistance to you in your leaving.
Oh my God. But weren't you? I feel like you're not following through on that hospitality you offered us at the beginning. So
He says quite the opposite. I'm being quite polite and following with my master's orders to allow you to leave.
okay.
is everything on the grounds ordered the same as you?
Generally speaking, yes.
And not generally speaking?
Well, that is for my master to know.
Specifically speaking.
Are we allowed to enter the
Um,
gatehouses?
If you believe that to be your way out, then yes, you may.
Now there's a riddle afoot.
Oh my God.
I'm going to tell him again.
Yeah. Why don't we just jump the wall?
What's on the other
Because there
side?
is a, as you will recall in me reading you guys coming up here, there is a chasm of unknowable depths.
Oh.
You came across a drawbridge.
Okay. It's the drop. Sorry. I heard
The portcullis is closed and the
Or down.
drawbridge is drawn up.
Oh my God. Okay. How wide is the chasm of unknowable depth?
Oh God.
The chasm of unknowable depth is about 60 feet.
How
The
deep
opposite end.
is the chasm of unknowable depths?
Unknowable.
Okay.
I mean, you could totally lightsaber a circle through the gate, right? Like, you can pull that scene
Don't
off.
think that's how it.
I would like to just go check one of the gatehouses.
I
You may.
say we start with the northern one.
Sure, that sounds great.
I
I'm
will.
gonna open that door.
I will climb down and join them, so we can go
We're
as a
supposed
party.
to check it for traps first, but okay. Tally
I think-
opens the door.
I'm just going to open the door.
Go for it.
I want to get out of this place.
I will
That one.
do you one and I will open the door for you.
Oh,
Woo!
thank you.
I will open
Do I,
both doors
do I
for
see
you.
a lever or anything to...
You see a massive, basically like wheel and chain setup.
Can I do the thing that spins the wheel and makes it do the thing?
We should let Floki do it. Clearly, he's the strongest one here.
You can attempt to, yes.
Is there like a latch or anything that's like holding it in place?
Yes, there is. Also on it is a glowing sigil.
Ooh, okay. Hold up. that seems
My
important.
God. Hang on. It's my time to shine. Get out of the way.
I get out of the way. I get out of the gatehouse as Skirp just charges towards the sigil.
Yes! Glowing sigil, you say?
Glowing
All right.
sigil, I do say.
All right. I am going to. Well, first off, do I recognize it as some sort of magical writing, like a spell of some sort, a ward perhaps, or a rune? Okay. I'm going to try and dispel it.
Okay. You may do
Okay.
so.
Come on, I wrote this like on the first session, and then I haven't had to reference it since. So
Well, I hope you have it because I think mine is on a notepad at work. So I may have it in my Google Drive. I'll check. Pretty
Okay.
sure that's where it's at. Yeah, it's not in here.
okay. Let's just, for the time being, let's just do it as dispel magic. Is that cool?
Yep. Yep, that's fine.
Cool. I now have. I gotta pull it up. Sorry. I've got like half a description in my character sheet. Okay.
It's helpful.
Oh, here we go. Any spell of 3rd level or lower ends if the spell is 4th level or higher. Make a check using your spellcasting ability. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
All right, make a spellcasting check.
Oh.
Jesus. Okay. And
The DC, like the depths, is unknowable.
I'm rocking like it's a charisma's paladin stat, right?
Yeah, it's a caster level
Yes.
check.
This is how many spells I've been casting. Oh,
So
come on.
should it be what 10 plus your mod plus your
I'm-
proficiency bonus?
Do I get proficiency bonus? Spell
I believe
10
you do.
plus- Make a check using
Yes.
your spellcasting ability.
8 plus charisma plus proficiency.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
just how it works.
Thank you, Gideon.
Oh, that's DCs. So
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay, what's the?
you just roll
Sorry,
plus charisma plus proficiency.
okay, proficiency bonus is 3.
Yes.
So let's just say charisma check plus 3.
Money no whammy. Stop.
Ooh, crit.
It didn't add the 3, but
25.
Yeah, we get the point.
Yeah.
It like floats up off of the latch that it's on and crumples up and basically like winks out of existence like it was on fire almost and just shatters.
take a moment, focus all of my goblin energy, channel my deity, and obliterate the writing. That is my oath against literacy. Channel divinity.
Let's hope the
The-
other one doesn't have a matching ring.
The chain goes slack on this side.
Whoosh. Okay.
All right, I guess we'll spin it to whatever orientation we need it for opening a gate. If it'll go that way, or does it move?
It
doesn't
will
move without
indeed.
the other one.
It will move slightly on its own, but the gate is still up.
So we'll have to go deal with whatever's locking the other one.
Quite.
Is this room of a similar?
It is exactly the same.
Does anybody have any bright ideas for getting rid of this one?
Here, seemed to handle the last one just fine.
It is the same in that it has the similar mechanism and glyph.
You can do that again, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so. Yeah. All right, we're going again. Okay. I was hoping to have an extra second to get it set up, but
It's all good. It's always next time.
20?
then, 20, yeah.
Not quite as epic as the last time, but the glyph shatters like it's glass, falls to the ground, and disappears.
Yeah.
This chain also goes slack.
This is
All
Yeah.
right.
when somehow the adventure fits directly into your tiny niche. That's so good. So good.
Skirp,
When-
why don't
when the
you
skill
come with
check
me
is
to
just
the
right.
other
Hmm
to the other chain, and we'll spin it at the same time.
Oh, I can do that.
So you two stay. Me and Skirp will go spin the other one,
Alright, just shout when you're doing it.
and we'll set that up and get up there. And since we can't split the party, we'll split the party.
Okay. You guys both go 2 and 2 in each gatehouse and start wheeling the thing. You hear the massive, the gate goes up, the drawbridge comes down and slams, and as it slams, so too do the doors behind you slam.
So now we're trapped 2 and 2.
Yes.
Or are we all? Oh God.
What kind of doors are these?
They are iron-bound doors, possibly of some hardwood. Looking.
Alright.
Skirp, if I carve a word onto this door, will that help you like blast it down or something?
I can scrub it off of the door.
That's
But-
not as helpful as you might think.
You know what might help us blast it down?
Either of our spellcasters?
Lightsaber.
He misses.
This is the door.
So Skirp leans into the door with a lightsaber, and as he makes contact, like it goes in, and he hits it with comes down, hits the hilt, and taps it, and the door just swings open.
Okay.
He's just trolling us.
It wasn't locked at all.
No, did you try it?
No, I mean, it slammed shut.
Well, yeah, it's slammed shut. It's windy up here.
So what's the other party doing?
Vibrations happen. I don't know what you
Yeah,
guys
what are we
talking about.
doing? I was ready to burn this mother.
Oh, you guys still have to deal with your door. Their door is open.
I
Yeah.
attempt to open our door because
Okay.
that's the safest thing to do before we have an explosion inside of a small area.
You sure? Fireball in that
It's
little
not an
area.
explosion. It's a controlled stream of flame.
Yeah, the door just opens.
You hear a soft sigh, like, oh, damn it.
Oh.
Reunited.
And so yeah, I exit and check to see if the bridges are down.
They are. The
Bridge is
portcullis is
down.
up. The bridge is down.
Let's go.
Right on. It's we're just gonna take off.
Okay.
Just get the fuck out.
All right, you guys are currently at K.
Okay.
Run south and never look back.
Well, not from here,
no,
though.
We don't want to go south from here because there's like roads.
Massive, massive cliffs and thick trees.
We told
Big
Gideon
cliffs,
They
and
all
massive
put on.
trees.
Gurley that we'd be back in a couple of days, so I think it's safe to say we're heading back to Valaki.
What time is it now?
Nighttime,
Well,
probably.
Yeah, you guys traveled all day, had a meal, and conversation, and now we're leaving, and it's nighttime.
Hence, he's going to show
And
us
as
the
they
reality of
say,
his world. I figured that
it's
was
the right
what's
time.
happening.
Great.
So strike off into the darkness.
We
I mean,
don't
we could
have
make
much
camp
other
right in front of the
choice.
door. If
I guess we could and hope that the. Yeah.
we could loiter here or loiter in the middle of the forest where everything wants to eat us.
So I found that headless horseman guy rides by like constant, right? Maybe
The
we can
horseless
hitch a
headsman?
ride. Yes.
Horseless headsman.
maybe we can hitch a ride with him. What was his name again?
High five.
Wayne?
Bob.
We had a name, and we were
Roy?
like high five. Roy, maybe that makes sense.
Oh,
I don't
high
know.
Roy G.
five.
Bib.
Okay.
All right.
That's his official name.
He's
Who votes for
dressed in
making
really
camp
warm
right
colors.
here? Who votes for trying to walk through the night?
Yeah. We don't have much option. Like, we
Well,
can't stay here.
I just okay. I say we walk through the night, but correct me if I'm wrong. But lightsaber is sunlight,
It does create
Tis.
sunlight,
so keep it drawn the entire time. Let's walk back to town.
but
I can also, depending on how quickly we can move, I can generate like really powerful daylight, but only for a couple hours.
Right. So I mean, if we need it in battle, that's great. But for now, his sword of daylight can help us temporarily. Do we need something more powerful?
I'm looking at this map here. Would getting to the Vistani camp be shorter than trying to get back to Valaki?
Ish.
What if
And
we
would
cut
I remember
across?
where the Vistani camp?
Yeah. What if
Yeah, I'm
we
gonna say
try to
it'll
go
be
as the
faster.
crow flies?
If you go as the crow flies, it'll be
No,
a
we-
tough march. But yeah, I mean, you
Plus
could try it.
crossing a river in the middle of the night.
Or as the crow flies to the bridge?
That's over a looks to be a pretty steep hill.
Yeah, the dashes are massive, basically hill lines.
Right. I have climb speed. You guys don't. I forget about this.
Indeed.
You could make it without us, but cats don't like waters.
But I'm saying the bridge. We also don't like to die.
You've got 9 lives. It's fine.
I'm
How
just
many
thinking,
you already taken?
if
How
we
quickly-
march through the night to the Vistani camp, maybe they could provide rest for the night.
How quickly can we move? Is there any way we can go faster?
Skirp is basically the slowest member of the group. So in
I mean,
terms of overland, that would be
it's only a couple miles total, right? A walk.
yeah. I mean, you have to go down this windy path, which is about a mile, and then to the gate from there, which is about another mile, and then from the gate to the bridge is another mile. So it's about I think it's about a 4-mile walk, all things said and done.
That's totally
4 or
doable.
5 miles.
Wouldn't even exhaust. I hope.
Okay.
I feel like that's probably our best option.
Try to get to the gate.
I was thinking try to get to the Vistani.
At a
Uh,
normal pace, it says that you can travel 3 miles an hour,
Okay.
DMG
so,
wise.
like,
assuming-
let's say 2 hours, assuming we get to sidetrack.
That's fair. A little bit over an hour.
Theoretically, we're going to be hustling, right? So
If you're hustling, it's 4 miles an hour. But you can also force march it, but that's past 8 hours, so you don't really have to worry about that. Yeah, fast movement you do, but there's penalties.
We can't do fast movement without taking off Skirp's armor.
It would be very challenging.
what are these downhill cliffs then? My finger didn't work. Sorry. Behind the castle, like right here.
Yes, massive downhill cliffs.
Massive downhill cliffs. Okay, because I was also
It's
thinking.
built way up on a bluff.
He's like, just take a dive right off down to Barovia, the village of Barovia.
Wingsuit.
Oh yeah.
I have no regrets.
All
Man,
right.
if only
Well,
Skirp had a better way to move,
no one brought the donkey.
right? If we brought our cart. Okay, that's what I think we should do.
Well, Floki's never been there, so you're gonna have to lead Gideon.
Okay. Gideon's like, I think I remember that there was a camp of the Vistani, and we've had some pretty nice dealings with them so far. Maybe they'll provide shelter for the night.
I know the secret handshake for the Fasani because we did the
Exactly,
whole beer
and-
trade. So I'm good with this group. I've never been to that camp, so lead the way.
They rented us horses once, and
Where do you think the Vistani are?
They're south, right?
This
by
on the map.
Right
This
here.
is where we saw them.
Gotcha.
last.
If
That's where the lady gave our fortune.
I could ask them. I could try to ascending and see if they'd be willing to meet us halfway and help escort us.
It's G.
Would any of the Vistani we interacted there count as familiar enough for ascending?
We had one
This
guide
is
us
out of character.
all the way to the Laki, right?
Sure.
But he's been in Valaki the whole time. Every time we've gone back, hasn't he?
No,
Oh.
he hasn't.
No,
Okay.
I don't think we've
Okay.
seen him again.
You could try contacting the guide. You could also try contacting Madame
The
Ava.
chief. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's Madame Ava.
How many words do I get again? Dear Madame, stop.
When I had an NPC in the game I run use message, he also did the stop thing. I just couldn't stop myself.
So should we have them meet us by the gates?
I think halfway would be just.
Yeah, I
Just a
guess I'm
little bit
assuming that's
before
halfway.
Is that about halfway?
I guess I can. I guess I can
Close
tell
enough.
them. I guess I could just tell them that we're leaving. We are trying to leave Strahd's castle and would like to seek refuge with them for the evening. If they would be willing to help us.
I don't know if we should volunteer the fact that we're leaving Strahd's castle. But
Then we can just say meet us somewhere. But I figured they could follow the path to Strahd's castle and we'd run into each
Yeah,
other.
okay.
But we can also just say meet by the gates.
Ask if we can hire horses and if they'll meet us by the gates. And we'll rent horses from them and meet
Yeah,
them.
how far is it to the gate? 2 miles, so we could probably get there in like
Little
30
bit over.
minutes.
I think
Constructing
it's-
your sending message.
it's full on dark now, right? Like,
Yes.
okay, I think if we're trying to get this assistance immediately, we're gonna have a really tough time convincing anyone to come out.
Yeah.
We could just start marching towards the Vasani.
Now, yeah, here's my
Yeah, I
question.
don't-
What kind of resources does it take for you to cast your message spell?
We basically have a trade-off. I can either do that, or I can cast really powerful daylight. I
I'd
could
say
do
we
maybe
keep
one
the
or two
daylight
each.
available for all night for the battle.
This
that's
is an
coming.
out of character question. Is the sunlight or whatever spell, is it concentration?
Daylight is not concentration.
Oh, then that. Yes, that.
I think we just,
You guys want to book it?
yeah.
Mhm.
Although
Yeah.
I'd say maybe save the daylight for,
Okay.
like, if
For
we run
combat.
into anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we have the
Okay.
sword until then.
How
Yep.
much light are we actually getting from the sword?
I don't know that we are
I'm pretty sure it
I don't-
gives off a daylight aura.
Yeah,
I have a
we
stat
have
sheet.
we do have a stat sheet, and it was. I want to say it was like 20,
15-foot
Nope.
radius
15.
of bright light, of sunlight.
Dim light for an additional
And then-
15. Yeah.
So 30 feet radius. Okay.
Yep.
Let's go then.
Okay. Gideon is gonna stay behind Skirp, but just behind.
I guess just before we head out,
Actually-
we have some. Oh, go ahead.
It says I can spend some time dialing it up. While the blade persists, you can use an action to expand or reduce the radius by 5 feet each to a maximum of 30 feet each. So we can go up to 60 feet of light.
I like.
Well,
this.
no, 120 feet of light.
Wait.
60.
Diameter.
Oh yeah.
60
foot radius.
Yeah, 60-foot radius. Okay.
Do that, and before we continue, I'm going to take a moment to cast aid on everybody. So in addition to 10 hit points, now your maximum hit points also go up by another 5.
Yeah, that's different than temporary hit point.
That's
Crazy.
right.
Okay, so I now have 49 HP.
It goes up by how much?
5.
5. Okay. Gideon's feeling much better about these things. Oh God.
I'm just gonna put it in as overheal.
Okay, that one doesn't happen. That one does. First of all, let's have a D4, shall we? Floki,
Yes, sir.
D100, please. $28. Roll it again. All right. As you're walking along, you kick what seems to be like a spool of black thread, and you barely catch it with your boot, and it just keeps, and it rolls out in front of you a few feet.
Did you just throw yarn in
before
front
it
of the
stops.
cat? Really?
I didn't.
I naturally pick it up. Yeah, it's a minimum
Okay.
cat.
You have a spool of black thread.
Okay. Ooh, black
Further down the road, you get it weighs down, and it's very windy up here, very cold. Wind's howling. The trees are constantly just going back and forth and rustling in the wind and creaking under the strain. And then you hear a thud sound come from behind the party.
Now, who heard this?
Everybody.
Oh, whip around on that shit.
All right, you
Gideon's
whip
feeling
around,
super jumpy. Yes.
bring your light to bear.
Mhm.
There is just a dead body in the middle of the road.
Jesus Christ.
Burn
I
it.
wasn't there a minute ago.
I immediately cast Sacred Flame on it.
Okay. You hit it with the sacred flame, and it starts screaming, and it rolls over and starts crawling towards you slowly, and its hand goes up, and you see Arena's face just inflamed, torturous, screaming, reaching its hand out for you until it just collapses and stops moving.
Why do I have to see all the disturbing shit? Did everybody else see it, or is this like a very similar?
Everybody would have seen that.
Okay, this isn't just bullshit.
You're just the one that lit on fire.
That's fine.
What the fuck was that shit?
It looked
I'm
like
a-
Irina to me.
I have of very little concern to stick around to find out.
Okay. If you guys aren't concerned about that, neither am I.
I'm kind of concerned. That's technically who we're here to save, right?
That's the person you were talking about selling out just like a half an hour ago.
Me? No, I never would have sold her out. I said I wouldn't, want to know his beliefs. 'Cause I didn't understand them. Do you have an insight to
Sorry,
see if that
so-
was actually her?
I mean, you're not. I don't know that
Perception.
insight's going to work for that. I think that's going to be more an investigation check.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Go over, and you lean down the body to examine it.
Gonna bite me. God damn it.
God damn it.
And there's just this massive like crack of lightning and thunder, and the lightning lights everything up enough that outside of the sphere of the sunburst, that you can see that no, it's not. It's actually just some body. You can't even make out very many features. It looks like it's been horribly mutilated.
Okay, I turn back. Definitely not her. I will take one of those holy waters now, though, gentlemen.
I've already lit it with holy fire, though.
I know, not for her, but for me. Now that we're out of the...
Okay. Here you go.
Are
Thank
you
you.
thirsty or something?
But no, Gideon, I would have never agreed to sell out Arena for her. The sword, on the other hand, I would consider, but a human being I would never give up to leave. We should keep moving.
Oh boy.
All right, you keep moving. And let's see what we got here. That one, nothing happened, so it's for a while it's pretty quiet actually.
Too quiet.
It is far too rough right now. You make the large bend, and you're just about able to make out the. Actually, no, you're not because it's dark. You can't see anything. Joke's on you.
I have dark vision.
Even so, it's quite foggy here. You make it to the bend, and there's a kind of a new feature along the sides of the road that no one recalls being there beforehand. It's not going to be worthwhile. So there's a scarecrow just hanging off on like the side of the road, just hanging there.
Which bend are we talking here?
The bend where the party flag is.
Oh, okay. I wasn't certain, so I
There. Yeah.
dropped it there.
Nope.
And
you were
we
perfect.
saw no scarecrows on our way in.
Correct.
I light it on fire.
Okay. Tally lights it on fire, and it makes this horrendous hissing sound. And given you guys have to jump on it, there's absolutely no reason to go into turn base for this because between the holy flame and all the other things you guys have, it would last like maybe 2 turns.
Put the boots to it.
Yep, this thing goes up in righteous flame as it is smote by the. We'll just say everybody just goes down on this thing. Tally casts Sacred Flame. Skirp closes in with his blade. Gideon does his 1,000 arrow volley maneuver that does
Bullshit.
1,000 d8 plus 5. And yeah,
Jesus.
exactly. Floki does his I give Gideon that extra advantage thing just because it's funny, and you guys definitely like just pincushion this thing.
Okay. And it dies?
It does die. It just
To
kind
be
of
fair.
collapses over in a hunk of like gross like old rotting hay and clothing.
Maybe that's where the clothing's coming from. Maybe people are killing scarecrows all over the side of the road.
To be fair, Skirp.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think most of us have been practicing against scarecrows our entire life.
Ah,
Scarecrow.
I. Okay, sure. Let's continue on.
Onward to destiny. Destiny involves more dice rolls.
No.
Nothing happens.
Mm,
Let's see. Who is that going to be? Gideon, roll a d4.
Oh, great. Hold on.
That again. And one more. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, those two 12s will effectively cancel each other out and be the same thing. From you guys make it around the corner down to be past I, just a little ways before the bridge. Good. When, out of nowhere, an H appears.
Ah!
And with that
Okay.
H appearing from the darkness in the woods, you hear a familiar voice go, Blood Spear.
Is it my barbarian friend?
It's your barbarian friend.
Oh.
I was wondering where you guys went.
Blood Spear. Not safe.
You're
Dark
telling
things.
me.
Leave
Where,
now.
like here?
And he like makes a motion with his hand like to everywhere.
We're trying to get to safety, but it's maybe a mile away, maybe a little more.
Hang on. When he says leave now, where does he expect us to go?
And he just kind of reiterates, leave. Remember, bad English, bad common.
Yeah, yeah.
Where?
Say, not here.
Well, come with us. Let's go.
He turns around and like puts his spear and like slams it into the ground and goes, "Protect, Blood Spear. Watch back." And so he turns around and just like stares down the opposite direction, like towards the north.
I'm going to point at him very clearly. Don't die.
He slams his chest. He says, "Die, honor."
Okay. Whatever you say. Let's go.
Scarp, roll a d6.
Like a D6.
Six.
Thanks, everybody. Ah, you freaking kidding me?
I love us.
Oh, do I see another scarecrow?
You see another singular scarecrow.
Oh,
This is-
little scarecrow.
The scariest night that's ever happened in Barovia.
Do you want to handle this one, Skirt?
Oh, he's a little Yep.
He's a yep.
Like,
Is he skirp-sized scarecrow or like?
Yeah, it's a
Gideon-sized?
good question. Very important.
It's a regular sized scarecrow up on like a crossbar thing hanging.
Made of straw.
Made of scarecrow, yeah, straw and old clothing.
Do I get advantage?
A nice wicker. You get super double advantage. Like you don't even make a roll.
Can I roll perception to see if the clothes are the same as the clothes we've been picking up? That I've been picking up?
Investigation, but absolutely.
That's a good thing I had advantage.
Yeah.
Good thing you had advantage. Get it? Yeah, you just go tate and just take this thing like right down the center, and
Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
it goes away.
You're really good at investigating.
Investigation, no. These are different. They're not like the other ones are well mended, a little bit better put together. These are rotten, worm
Okay.
eaten, full of
Just-
holes.
Mental note, since we've ran into, 3 of them now?
Yes, individually as it turns out.
Slice it through.
Well, that was a waste of time. But one more roll. Big Money Noemi, stop. Really, Dice? You're just gonna keep rolling that one.
13 and 12.
Here's the thing about 13s. Do you remember when you guys like had this big fight against the druids and then like against a big tree? And then I
Killed
said,
all-
okay, those encounters won't happen anymore because you guys basically killed off all like the little twig things and their
So
ability
we
to
keep
twiggy.
rolling twig blights.
You keep rolling a 13, and the 13 is like, all of the twig bites forever. Except that's not possible anymore.
And is this a special night table?
It is.
I thought that might be the case.
It is a special table.
Uh,
Which one more special than the last?
So
okay.
special.
I feel like projecting this logic out that if we go kill Strahd, we won't run into any vampires.
Or fog.
But we've only run into vampires twice.
3 times.
Last roll.
Oh, I guess besides Strahd.
Last roll before you reach the camp. You guys are around the final bend. Actually, I should ask the question because that roll might actually not happen. Are you taking the dirt path in, or are you going to try to follow the road around?
I was planning to take a dirt path in, but
Okay. Last roll does not happen. That was my fault for assuming.
you could give it to us. I don't mind.
What I will give you is as you guys walk in. Maybe. My kung fu is. There we go. Oh. As you guys
Oh,
turn down the
bats.
dirt path, you hear bats somewhere overhead. And in the distance, slowly comes up rather. You see campfires and hear music.
Are the bats just sort of flitting around in the sky,
Yes.
or are they? Okay.
They are just flitting around in the sky.
I bet they're super confused with all the sunlight around.
Slightly so. And you guys arrive at the Bounty Camp.
I'll extinguish the sword.
Okay. From the bushes to the side of you,
Thank you
two
for
Vistani
the
approach that you
follow.
didn't see standing there. One has a long sword drawn, the other has an arrow knocked. and asks what business you have here.
We
Seek
are
shelter for the night.
travelers.
I'll
Go
do the
ahead.
secret handshake. So we're just looking for shelter for the night so we can get to Valaki in the morning.
He, he grabs you and like the handshaky ways brings you in and gives you a nod and
Yep.
motions you and he says, "There's a tent you guys can crash down in."
Thank you.
Sweet.
Awesome.
All
That
right.
night went way better than expected.
Yes, it did.
We could have just gone to Valaki, man.
There are
Significantly more rolls that way.
But a lot more chances to roll 13.
at least I'm consistent.
Yeah, that's true.
And the night passes. And the dawn, such as it is, comes without any more interruptions. Other than the Vistani greeting the day as the Vistani do, which is how they greet the evening, which is with drink and music.
Wow. God, I feel like that's just.
Basically, they just never stop, so. It's like Men in Tights. Bless the trees, bless the rocks, bless them all until we're schnickered. Alright, so you guys are at the Serpool encampment. And the day is here. Yours to do with
Alright.
what you will.
I don't have anything particularly important for the gypsies.
Is Madame Ava's, I'm sorry, was it a caravan
Yes, it was.
still here?
It is not.
Ah,
Her traveling gypsy van is not here.
Okay. Then I guess we don't really have much business with that. Is the man we rented our horses from in the past,
He is also not here.
is anybody around who might rent horses for the day? Just asking around.
They can certainly rent you horses for a nominal fee.
Feel like
Actually,
that
are
might
there
be-
any guides?
Yeah, there are a few Vistana that are willing to give you a tour.
Okay. Well, I just want to chat with them a little bit about kind of what's in the area, like local landmarks, specifically over in that direction.
Which direction would that be?
The mountain, come on now. Just ask.
Eh,
The big blue
He
mark on the
says-
map every day.
yeah, I know. And he is like, that's orient on approximate south. Yeah, that seems about accurate for your ability to do that.
That direction.
It says mountains there, Gakis. Not much else really.
What?
There's an old
Nothing-
gate. There's an old gatehouse at the bottom of the pass that leads to it, but otherwise, nothing that's nothing that we know of there. Just whispers, rumors, dark magic that exists there.
What kind of whispers, rumors, and dark magic?
Just exactly that. That the mountain itself is a dark place, and all that venture there will never return. And then one of the Vistani in the background does a really eerie drum thing, and a bunch of the other ones just kind of chuckle.
Okay, so now that I've actually kind of moved off to the side and have a little bit of triangulating, am I feeling it more in kind of this direction down here, or is it softer kind of off to the side?
That way, off to the side.
Oh,
It's
slightly out of character, but would you say even about here?
let me see what you're doing. Yes, slightly about there.
Okay, cool. All right, I will take, I'll take note that I'm not pointing at the peak of the mountain here.
Yes.
Where formerly I was.
further down.
Cool.
Okay. Here's another question for you, for them. We were told a story about Argynvost Holt, and
Yes.
being the kind of people who follow up on really bad ideas, you wouldn't happen to know where generally we were told it was south, not much else.
Says it's yeah. If you were to travel the Slavich Road, a ways past Valaki, just before the bend, you might take to the Wizard of Wines. You should find an old broken path that will lead you to Argynvost Holt.
So something like this one.
Potentially.
Maybe, yeah, okay. See, when the Revenant said south, I was thinking like somewhere near Mount Valaki or Mount Kakis. I mean,
Right. I'm having a tough time with scale here.
yeah. I mean, Barovia is such a small place, but it feels so big.
Jeez.
Okay.
I'm gonna let that one go, but okay.
Thank you. I guess we'll be on our way. Guides,
give him
horses,
the-
how
the-
much is this gonna run?
What was that, Zed?
I was gonna give him the handshake and tell him we appreciate the shelter and hopefully get a decent price on these horses.
Okay. Because of that, yes, you do get a much better price on renting the horses. They will let you guys go so long as you take the horses to the Blue Water Inn. Says they'll let you guys have it for 20 gold for 4 horses.
That's
Done.
yeah, like half the price we paid last time. Okay, I will take that off our loot list.
All right. I will say then you guys will have half the number of rolls because of your speed.
Nice.
Sweet.
Anything else you wish to do before you leave the Vistani camp?
I will look at the black thread now that it's daylight and not in the middle of the night and under threatening life and death.
Okay.
Is there anything special about it?
It's a spool thread. It's black.
Okay.
Both the spool and the thread.
Have you tried to detect magic?
I can't. I was just making sure there was no obvious goodness about it. So I don't have detect magic, so I can't do that.
Aren't you a cleric?
I am.
Do you have first level spells?
I do.
Then you could have detect magic.
That's fair. It's not written down on my list.
Boo, I'm pretty sure I'm still mad at you.
I'm not mad at you, Boo.
Yeah,
Ooh,
but
we're
hang out.
entertained. Do it again.
She can't hear you anyway.
I will mention as we're traveling then on our horses that I found a black spool of thread while traveling back last night. Couldn't help but to pick it up, but intriguing.
That's a weird thing to find on the road at night, especially since it's a road we'd already passed recently.
But where I had found it, we were in a carriage, so it would have been easily to miss.
I guess. Okay.
Should be careful which threads you pull.
Alright, what are you doing with the thread?
I was just talking to the party
Showing
as
it
we're
to people.
traveling. Yeah, as we're traveling to Valaki, when you're doing your rolls, we're role playing on the way back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give us some rolls.
As one conversation I'd like to have at some point as we're going, what do you guys want to do about this whole Strahd situation?
Rolled off that 12.
I'm not. I would never trade another soul for freedom, regardless of how much I'd like
We're
to be
not.
free. So that's
Yeah.
off the table for me. I
Same.
don't know the story behind the blade, but if a blade gets me home and these people are trapped here anyway, and I don't plan on saving them all because I don't even know how to save myself, I'm necessarily not opposed to a sword trade for our entire group to go to our homelands. For me personally, but
It sounded like it was a 1-for-1 to me.
one of us gets to leave.
Mm-hmm.
The sword was for one. I thought he implied the whole group gets to go.
That's not how I read it.
Yeah, not me either. Skirp, you're the one who was offered it.
I didn't understand him to mean to have attached any like specific promise to the sword.
Well, he was asking us about our prices and then asked for the sword in the same sentence. I feel like
Right, and he
Yeah.
implied that it one for one, one thing for the four of you to go. It all works as a party.
Details I don't think really matter. My guess is that our ability to trade our way out of here is probably long gone unless we're willing to cross lines that I don't think we're willing to cross.
I don't know much, about anything, but I do know that this sword is the type of thing that bards sing songs about, and it's a weapon of legend and story, and in the stories, the paladin never gives it to the evil vampire. Like that's just not how paladins work. So yeah, I don't know about freedom or what he would have given me for it, but this is a item of pure goodness, and you don't hand that to the bad guy.
Yeah, I don't think we have any reason to trust Strahd anyways.
Well, I have no
Okay.
reason not to
On a
trust him.
side note,
He left
the
his
only
honor intact.
What?
Didn't hurt us.
There's zero honor in trapping somebody and then saying, do a favor for me. He has leverage on us. He knows it.
sorry.
And I
what
don't
were you
intend to
saying?
be manipulated by such a... Then I catch myself before I start cursing him out and just, go silent for a moment.
not very nice.
I'm very,
No,
very upset.
I keep coming back to this, and especially after visiting the Vistani camp for the night. When we were there last, we talked to a very interesting lady who gave us a reading, remember?
Yes.
And one of those was to look for an entertaining man with a monkey. And that led us to Von Richten.
Mhm.
Uh,
We haven't
Perhaps
fulfilled
we should
everything
take-
on the reading.
we should take a closer look at the reading and see if we can puzzle out, what it means. Maybe. I'm just gonna put it on the table. I want to kill Strahd.
Yeah.
I just want to
and
go home.
perhaps with
If
him
that's what
gone,
it
we
takes,
can
I
go
mean-
home.
So then you're in agreement, I think.
That's what
Ooh,
it takes.
come on.
But I'm not naive to more than there being just one option.
I think
believe
it's
there's
naive to
more.
believe there is any other option. He controls the mist, he controls the land.
I feel like offering to let you go for the sword is a trap. I don't see the trap, but I feel like he's the kind that would have worded it in such a way that no matter what, he wins and you lose.
Yeah. Uh,
No matter who wins, we lose.
I mean, maybe there was some benefit to listening to him talk, but no deal that we could strike sitting at his table drinking his wine was going to be to our benefit.
I think only Gideon had the wine.
I drink his wine.
How you feeling, Gideon?
Does Gideon look ill?
Nope, he looks fine.
It was an okay wine.
Back to the tarot reading real quick. I think
Mhm.
there were 5 things that we got from it.
Yes.
So one was the man with the monkey, and
Yeah.
the man is more than he seems. That led us to Octavio. The other 4 One says, I see a nest of ravens. There you will find the prize. Was that where we found the sword in
Yes.
the inn's roof?
There you go.
Yes.
That's 2 big helps.
So the remaining 3. The thing you seek lies with the dead under mountains of gold coins. I see it. I'm sorry. Search for the crypt of a wizard, ordinaire. His staff is the key. And look to great heights. Find the beating heart of the castle. He waits nearby.
Well, the castle is almost certainly Castle Ravenloft.
I don't know. Wasn't there? Maybe it was a monastery up on the top of
Yeah,
a cliff.
no, that was a monastery, definitely not a
Yeah,
castle.
that was the abbey in Kresk.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe not a castle.
And Argynvost Holt is out there, but I didn't get the feeling it was a castle. It sounded more like a fort or something.
But maybe something that lies with the dead.
Under
Yeah,
a pile of gold.
and the
Bit-
crypt of a wizard ordinaire. Yeah. We'll have
Either
to-
way,
we'll
I
have-
believe we have to go to Valaki,
yes.
turn
Well, I
her to
figure
a
we'll talk
tower,
about this- we're talking
and
about
take
this on the way
Skirp
to
to the mountain, as agreed upon, via a honorable arm wrestling.
Yeah.
We could also
Alright,
ask
well,
Rictavio if any of this makes much sense to him.
I think that's a good idea.
Put the cards on the table, as it were.
So how did our rolls go? Did we get to Valaki with no incident?
Pretty much.
How many
So,
twigmen do I need to burn?
none, as it turns out. You guys roll back through and find Gideon's berserker friend standing in the exact same spot, vigilantly, with his staff out, or its spear out, just looking, sees you guys come up and gives you a nod. And hoists his spear back up and just kind of fades into the woods.
You
That's
have some
cool.
weird, crazy stalkers, Gideon. I'm just saying.
You see, kind of actually up in one of the trees as you're cruising along, another one of your favorite bundles.
In the tree?
Yeah,
Oh no.
it's up in a branch.
I mean,
You can
like,
get that
I
no
have to
problem,
get
though.
it. Yeah, I mean, I have to get it. It's just gonna be. Can I reach it while I'm riding by on a horse? Since I'm on a horse,
Yeah, you can.
totally grab it. I will stick it in the pack later.
The bundle is now diamonds.
All right, you'll do the.
Yeah.
Give it a rest, please.
Once we're headed like into the bar or something, because Skirp usually leads. That's when I'll give the hand. Yeah. The next bundle. That'll make the 6th bundle I've given him.
Fair
The
enough.
invisible hand is fed on textiles.
Oh my god.
And then, as
Lucky.
you're on the straightaway to Valaki, coming the other direction, you hear,
Roy?
and Roy comes screaming by.
Yeah, high fives all around again, like a marathon runner.
Everyone's just gonna put their hands up for him.
I just
Yep.
imagine that like Ace of Spades starts playing somewhere in the background.
Let's go with that for now.
Okay.
But yeah, Roy comes careening by and puts out a skeletal hand for all you guys. And as long as
Nice.
everybody keeps their hands clean and has been wiping down things with holy water, it should go just fine. Skirp.
It's been like a day since I used my wipe it down holy water.
All right, just saying.
Top roll. It's got
and
leaned
with-
a little far down for mine.
Right. And without any further ado, you guys arrive back at Valaki. And, can reach the water inn. And as you were made the arrangements for, is here. Attend to your room, meet you, and also possibly the angry princess you left here with a magical axe.
Zeb, just so you know, second level spell for clerics, locate object. You can describe or name an object that's familiar for you, and you'll sense it within 1,000 feet. You can find all the bundles
I don't have second level spells yet, but thank you.
soon.
Soon.
TM.
All of the bundles.
It's Blizzard soon.
Yes, maybe.
All right. Well, if we're to take her by the tower, we probably won't be swinging by Argynvost Holt on our way south. since we'll be going
What?
the other direction.
Isn't it? Don't we have to go by the tower anyways?
Well, we'll be going north at that intersection, south.
Yeah, and
Then we'd have to circle back.
do we not need to go down this way?
Yeah, we'll have to go down that way, but we need to go down this way. I think this is
I guess what
probably
I'm.
describing to us.
Oh, are we saying that's Argynvost?
Yeah, they said on the bend before, if you stay on Old Svalich Road,
There's a couple bends before.
you take like a broken path before you would get to the Wizards of Wine.
Yeah, I guess I took that to mean this one.
Oh, maybe it is that one.
There's only one way to find out.
Okay,
Woo!
we'll check it. We'll do that one then. Okay, so we get back. I'm gonna check in with my bartender friend. Has he heard anything in the one day we time?
No, there has been no word on the coffin man, Hendrik van der Dort.
I've got that whole inheritance thing for him.
Oh, is that it?
It was a half-hearted attempt at sounding like he's got money for the guy.
Uh-huh.
Flush him out of hiding.
Got some payment he needs to deliver.
Oh, yeah.
So, after arriving back at the inn and successfully avoiding combat for the entire night, we should call it there because it is nearly 9 o'clock. Anything else will require much more work.
Okay. So next week we'll swing up, drop off at Von Richten's tower, have a serious conversation about the cards, and then start heading south.
Indeed. Leave that be the plan.
Sounds good.
Alright.
In addition, you may all advance to the 6th level
Oh,
Yes.
for having not horrendously died on your first foyer into the castle.
we
And also not fought a single thing.
Okay,
I didn't even get one of those.
make sure to remove your temporary HP and put your HP down by 5 HP to what you were before aid got cast on you.
I did our actual sheets on stream. All right, I'm gonna close stream real quick, guys. You guys keep talking.
Okay.
I'm taking you off stream.
Bye,
Go for
stream.
it.
Bye, stream.
All right, guys. That is gonna end. Again, like I said, we're here usually the first Thursday every month. The first Thursday of the month usually. We do our best. We can't always guarantee that. I appreciate everybody hanging out tonight and watching. This, as always, will be on YouTube, usually tomorrow morning sometime. Keep up with this if you missed any of the past things. We are doing Strahd and 5th edition campaign. This is our whatever the stream says, 12th or 13th session. We've been playing this one for basically almost a year now. We've been playing for over a year, but we had to help months take off. So essentially, with there being 12 or 13, this is like a year long so far. We just hit level 6. We will be upgrading our characters before the next session. Stay tuned for the next one. Let's find you guys a host. I do appreciate all the hosts that just came in. Whoops, that's the wrong screen. All the hosts that just came through. I do appreciate that. I know we're just ending too, so we're gonna send you guys over to Trozajet or Daggy. You guys want to see Fortnite or World of Warcraft? I think most of you guys are World of Warcraft fans, so we're gonna send you over to Trozajet. Especially because he's rocking a charity stream or promoting Parlous. So we're gonna send you guys over there. You guys have a wonderful evening. You guys are all amazing. I will see you in the morning. I will be on in about 7.5 hours, 8 hours. You guys be amazing, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Later.